Good evening, everyone. Live from Dicknall Field in Rock Rapids for the first time of the 2018 summer and fall season. We could say it is time for Friday Night Lights. Along with Joel Viss, I am Jay Kelly. Central Lyon George Little Rock football is on the air for the 2018 season, and we kick off the season as we always do with the West Lyon Wildcats here in town, paying a visit to Dicknall Field in Rock Rapids. For the past 13 seasons, it has been known as the Beef Bowl. Here tonight, the 13th annual Lyon County Beef Bowl. The West Lyon Wildcats and the Central Lyon George Little Rock Lions. The Lions decked out in their home purple uniforms with the gold helmets. The Wildcats in their familiar road whites with the blue and white pants and the white helmets. Just about 25 minutes or so away from kickoff of the 2018 football season. Once again, my name is Jay Kelly along with Joel Viss as we bring you live coverage of Lyon football for the 2018 football season. And of course, Joel, everybody wants to talk about here for the 2018 football season is the new playoff qualifying format. High school football in the state of Iowa, it's done gone to the computers.
Well, absolutely, Jay, and that's one thing that everybody's going to talk about is how they adjusted things. There's only 6 teams in your district, so you only have 5 district games, but you're going to have 4 non-district games, which is a little bit different. It's interesting. You know, we've had 3 back in the day where we had 3 non-district games. Now we've got 4, but in the same aspect, each one of your games this year, all of your non-district games, they count towards your playoffs, and who you play in non-district also counts towards your playoff run out there, and it makes things a lot more interesting. I talked to Coach Rosenboom a little bit earlier about that. You'll hear about that in his pregame interview. And the Beef Bowl, a big game. You always want to win this. This is the pride of Lyon County. But before, it was a game where you could try some things, you could do some stuff, and it didn't hurt your playoff format. Now, tonight, if you lose this game, that will hurt your playoff ranking there because it depends on the opponents you play. It depends on who your opponents play, and it depends on your opponent's opponent. So, I mean, it is weird, and it is different. I guess the only thing you can say, Jay, is if you win your district, you're in. So that's got to be your goal.
Right. That is, the bottom line at the end of the season is if you win your district, you're always going to get into the playoffs regardless of what the format is. So that's always option number one. After that, it gets a little bit messy, but we talk about non-district play factoring into your playoff picture, and certainly Central Lyon, George Little Rock, I can't think of many other teams that are going to benefit more than them from that should they be able to win some non-district games because it is a brutal start to the 2018 season schedule-wise for the Lions.
Yeah, they're going to play some tough schedules. Obviously, West Lyon out here right now, they're ranked in Class 1A, so they're a tough school out there. Then you're going to play West Sioux. Next week, we're going on the road to West Sioux. They are currently ranked number 1 in Class 1A, so that will be interesting down there because tonight they play one of our district rivals, Boyden Hall Rock Valley, who's ranked number 1 in Class 2A. You've got Spirit Lake in there, so that's always going to be tough. Western Christian, you know they play well. And the Lions, they really battle it out there. And when it comes down to the fact of, playing quality opponents, the Lions definitely have the edge there because they play a lot of quality opponents.
Yeah, and if you're still standing after those 4 non-district games, you're going to open up District 1 play with Boyden Hall Rock Valley on the road. So certainly a tough first 5 weeks for this Lyon football team here tonight. The good news for the Lions entering the 2018 season is they've got experience. Good number of guys back from last season, and it starts with starting senior quarterback Lucas Nagel, the 6'2", 210-pound senior quarterback and defensive end defensively as well. Lucas can be a playmaker along with Zed Hyman. Another one of the fabulous seniors, Carter Krull, Jr., number 11. He's a wideout and always a playmaker as well. And a good number of other playmakers, key amongst them, especially on the defensive side of the ball, the return of senior Tanner Vandentop, who missed all of last season. We'll look forward to watching Tanner at the linebacker position and maybe a little bit in the backfield offensively as well heading into the year. So certainly a lot of excitement around this Lyon football program. If you saw the scrimmage last Friday night here at Dicknall Field against Sibley Ocheyedan, the team looked sharp. They looked ready, and we'll see what they got for the West Lyon Wildcats here tonight in the opener.
Well, and you got to be ready to go. And if you're not ready to go, this is the game you're going to find out because Absolutely. You know, when you line up against West Lyon, they're going to hit you in the mouth, and they're going to hit you hard, and not just once, not twice. They're going to hit you all game long, and if you're not ready for it, they're going to make sure you know they were here.
Well, coming up on the pregame show, we will get together with the Lions' second-year head coach, Curtis Eben, but when we return on the pregame show, it is the head coach of the West Lyon Wildcats, longtime head coach Jay Rosenbaum, joining us when we return on the pregame show. From Dicknall Field in Rock Rapids, it is the 13th annual Lyon County Beef Bowl, and this is Lyon football on the Central Lyon Broadcast Network.
Frontier Bank is more than a bank. We're a community. Banking locally with Frontier Bank means that your money circulates within the community, funding small business lending and benefiting our local citizens, farmers, and neighborhoods. Frontier Bank is a community bank with leading-edge technology, including interactive teller machines and mobile deposits. Keep your deposits local and our community strong with Frontier Bank.
Farmers, it's harvest time, and let's face it, things are quite different this year. Are you worried that your yields are down, but your production costs will keep rising? Let DeNoble & Company, PC, certified public accountants in Rock Rapids and Laverne, relieve some of your stress by working with you to minimize your taxes and maximize your return. Call DeNoble & Company today for more information on end-of-the-year tax planning. We are a stable, reliable company with the security of experience and the energy of youth.
And we welcome you back to the pregame show. It's time to talk West Lyon Wildcat football with head coach Jay Rosenbaum. Coach, thanks for joining us.
Yep, thanks for having me.
Coach, let's talk a little bit about last year and the season. You went into the playoffs, got cut short in the playoff run. Started over in the next season. You graduated a great senior class from that team.
Yeah, we had an outstanding senior class last year. Very talented, very hardworking, just a great group of guys to be around, and so it was really sad to see them go. They had a lot of starts, a lot of experience, and they brought a lot to the table.
Well, and as you said, those guys brought a lot to the table, and they really set the tone for the class coming in. And you go through summer camp and all that stuff, and you've got some new faces coming in, but they've got some experience behind them, and they've had some good leaders to look up to.
Yeah, we have a lot of competition going on. The guys coming in, we have about 4 guys that have starting experience, and a lot of kids that have played a lot on special teams and got a chance to get into games, and we were way ahead. So we have some kids that have some experience, and we feel like our JV coaches and our freshman coaches do an outstanding job of preparing them. So now we just have to hope that they're ready to go.
Well, let's talk about those guys as they get set up. Who are some of the faces we can expect to see tonight, and what are some things that we might see out of the Wildcats?
We still have, competition for some things going on at this point in time, but we do have a starting lineup, and, we have 10 seniors out this year, and I'm just going to go over the captains. We have Trevor Ranke, Trevor Van Middendorp, Peyton Potter, and Ethan Meyer were chosen as the 4 senior captains by the team, and so we have, 10 really good leaders out there, but they were chosen, and to me that's a very, very high honor.
Well, and as you said, you had 4 returning starters from last year's team. How have those guys meshed in with these other guys here as they are new to the mix?
They've done a good job. They play with an outstanding group of players, in the past years, and so they know what's expected, and they've done a good job of leading the way. And our kids have blended together, and it's been a great summer camp so far. The guys have good attitudes, and it's a great group to be around.
Well, let's turn it around. Starting off the season, as always, with Central Lyon, George Little Rock, the Big Beef Bowl out there. It's a great game to start things up. It's a great way to take these younger kids and show them, and they grow up in a hurry.
Yeah, that's absolutely right. It's a great rivalry between the 2 schools. Coach Curtis Eben and his staff just do a great job getting the guys ready to play. And it's a big rivalry, that first game, and we'll go out there and we'll learn some things about our team, and hopefully we'll be able to get better from there.
Normally you would look at this as a non-district game. It's a stepping stone. It's a learning tool. But now with the new playoff formatting, this game carries a little bit more meaning and not just Lyon County pride.
Yes, you're right. In the past, it was a non-district game. You had a chance just to learn about your team without it really hurting your playoff chances. Now every game is, is meaningful, and it will count against it. So, as a coach, you really try to get your best A game out there all the time, but especially this first game. Every game is going to be important. So the format's different, so we have to adjust with that as well.
Well, let's talk about your opponent a little more in depth here tonight. Tell us what you expect to see from Coach Eben and his Lions.
It's really quite hard to gauge what they're going to do right now. We look at their last year's tape, and they'll run offensively. They'll run a spread set, and they'll run a lot of motion and try to get a lot of formations, and they'll also just come right at you. I expect them to be good sized and very physical up front, and they return, their starting quarterback who has a big arm, is a big strong kid. Defensively, we're expecting a 4-3 scheme, but Coach Eben has played in a 3-4 scheme as well, so you just have to do what you have to do and hopefully go with your gut, and hopefully you're right. And you have to be able to adjust.
Well, and always a tough matchup. Anytime you put these two teams together, it's a great battle out there on the football field. And coming down to it, it always ends up being the little things that sway the way either way.
Every game has, about 5 or 6 plays that are decided by inches, and, that's the way it goes with Central Lyon, George Little Rock, and the West Line game. And, we just tell our guys the only thing we control is trying to win the line of scrimmage, block and tackle well, and the team that messes up the least probably wins.
Well, you get to go on the road for game 1 of the season and going into hostile territory. Usually a great crowd for both sides, but playing at Central Lyon, George Little Rock, how do you expect your team to respond to that?
I just hope that they come off the bus and they're ready to compete and take things one play at a time and try to win every play.
Well, you talk about your team, a tough camp, a long camp. It's nice to get through those and teach those kids, but it's time to start hitting somebody else out there, and is your team ready for that?
I hope so. The last 2 years we had an opportunity to scrimmage West Sioux, and that's been a very good scrimmage for us. We weren't able to do that this year as we play them in the regular season, and every other team that we seem to that's close to us also, we play. So we had a scrimmage against ourselves and find out, more things that way. Now we have to adjust to seeing somebody else, and I hope we're ready to go.
Well, Coach, what do you see as some of the keys to picking up a win tonight against Central Lyon, George Little Rock?
I'm an old guy, so I think the team that blocks and tackles the best and messes up the least, wins the game. So you have to win the line of scrimmage and block and tackle well and play your game.
Well, Coach, we appreciate you spending some time with us here today, and we wish you the best of luck tonight.
Yep, thank you.
That is the head coach of the West Lyon Wildcats, Jay Rosenboom. We'll be back with more of the pregame show when we return.
But I literally didn't see your text.
Pizza Ranch legends.
Like
the
I was
husband who didn't text back about supper.
probably near a text dead zone. You've heard of a text dead zone, right?
It's only a legend, but just in case, there's all kinds of husband didn't text back about supper flavor at Pizza Ranch.
I'm totally getting taco pizza!
There's all kinds of that at Pizza Ranch.
And we welcome you back to the pregame show. It's time to talk Central Lyon, George Little Rock Lions football with head coach Curtis Eben. Coach, thanks for joining us.
Yeah, thanks for having me, Joel.
Coach, let's start things off. We'll talk about last year a little bit, your first season at the helm of Central Lyon, George Little Rock. Not the season we wanted out there, but nonetheless, building from that season going into this season, there's a lot of positive things that we can look forward to.
Yeah, there's no doubt. Even from the coaching standpoint, we learned a lot. As much as we kept the same system in place, there definitely has changes that happened, and we learned from that a lot. We'll get better as a coaching staff. I think the kids are more comfortable in the system that around the terminology that's changed a little bit. So definitely second year is hopefully a progression year.
Well, and obviously you got a full year of going through lifting, summer lifting camp. Tell us a little bit about the participation of that SDSU camp this summer, as well as maybe the scrimmage against Sibley and how that got you prepared for tonight.
Yeah, starting off the summer, we had a great group of kids come in every day, 4 days a week. We lifted throughout the summertime, going into the STSU camp in the third week of June. Again, that's a great camp. Like 2,100 kids were up there for that camp. Saw a lot of different aspects of other teams, and including some of the strengths and weaknesses of our own team. So that's a good way to start off the year. We've been going to that camp for several years now. It's a great thing to analyze and part your team and to put people in the right places from there. So then we move in. July is a busy month. We continue the 4 days a week, and we move right into football.
Well, and you got to move into football. You talk about going into August. That's when camp really gets underway, and things start to get serious, to start implementing the playbooks and getting everybody in their positions. And it's nice to have that preseason matchup now with Sibley, just to kind of let these guys not hit each other, but get to see some real live game action.
Yeah, it's a great scrimmage for us, and the fact that we line up and we see different guys, different fronts, different personalities, movements, adjustments, and things like that. And, we do take it very we want it to be as close a game setting as we can for our kids. So that way tonight when we come out, we feel like we're prepared in every aspect. So, the scrimmage is a good thing. It doesn't always tell you what you really want to know, but it's a good starting point.
Well, let's talk about week number 1 here against West Lyon, the annual Beef Bowl. Always a great matchup, always a big matchup. And what are some things we expect to see from Coach Rosenboom and those Wildcats?
It's crazy. Last night I was sitting down watching film, and I kind of went back from as long as we have on Huddle. And, as much as we kind of changed, and, they've involved some in offense and defense, but it's still two teams that are very similar in what they do. You line up and you just play smash mouth football, and you got your Jimmies and your Joes, and you just battle it out, and that's what makes football fun. We've had a lot of great battles throughout the years, and I think tonight you're going to see the exact same thing. It's going to be who makes the big plays, who limits their turnovers and things like that. So we're excited. We're prepared. It's time for us to see somebody else and go into battle.
Well, let's talk about your Lions a little bit. And last year lost a few good seniors, some good players out there. But in the same aspect, we return a lot of good players as well. Tell us a little bit about some of the guys we're going to see tonight and maybe some new things that we might see from the Lions.
Starting in offense, we have 5 offensive starters coming back from a year ago, and a lot of those guys are skill position kids, and so you love to work around that, starting with your quarterback, Lucas Nagel. Done an outstanding job progressing throughout the offseason, continues to get better every day. He's a great leader on and off the field, and so, definitely you send around your offense around him, and then we gained Tanner Vanentop back, who had torn ACL from a year ago. Didn't play at all, so he adds another dimension to our offense, along with Parker Netton and Trey Murray in the backfield. And then our skill guys on the outside is Carter Kroll and Austin Metzger. Well, you'll see again both guys that have played a lot of football for us in those positions. And Zed Hymanson on the other side, and then we got a couple guys that will rotate in at the last wide receiver position. So, again, we got the core group of those guys back, and that's a big start for us. Obviously, our offensive line, we only have one returning starter with Colton Buss, but the guys that are filling in and have stepped up, and the guys that have been part of our program and have put in their time, and it's their time to play. You're going to see Carson Popkins at center. Right guard will be Jarrett Meyer. Left guard will be Jarrett Foster. Right tackle will be Caden Huseman, and left tackle will be Colton Buss. So, throughout that, you get a great lineup. It's we feel good. Our offensive line has definitely progressed, and so those are things that you look for throughout the camp. And offensively, we feel pretty good. Defensively, we have 4 returning starters on defense. Tanner Vanentop being one of them. That was again out for a year. He's a middle linebacker. He's a guy that's really going to bring a different dynamic to the defense, and the fact that he's very well. Your middle linebacker is like your quarterback on your defense, and that kid is he knows his defense very well in and out, and so he brings that leadership in the middle linebacker along with Lucas Nagel and Parker Netton. Again, 2 kids that. Return at the linebacker, and then D-line wise, we got same thing from last year. We lose all those guys up front, but we got a lot of guys stepping up. So we're excited about that. Secondary wise, Carter Kroll, Austin Metzger, Cole Tilford, and Zed, all guys that have played some in the past. So we feel pretty good about the defense. We just got to line up and play some ball.
Well, and you talk about the Beef Bowl and what kind of a matchup it is. It's always going to be a smackdown matchup there, and it always comes down to the battle in the trenches and who does the little things right.
Yeah, it does. There's no doubt it's still blocking and tackling. That's football 101. That's what we watched last night on Huddle, and it's kind of ironic, but it just comes down to who makes the plays and who doesn't, and that's what's going to decide games. And obviously, it's kind of cliche to say that, but at the same time, we tell our guys that every day. You got to block. You got to feel comfortable in what you're doing, and we got to go out there and do the little things to win ball games.
Well, and obviously with a big matchup against the Wildcats out there, it's going to be a packed house tonight. But it's got to be nice to be playing in front of the home field at Dicknall Field.
Yeah, it is. Our kids can walk out of the locker room, walk on a field they're comfortable playing, keep their mindset straight going onto that field and into the game. So, hopefully we get some home field advantages tonight in that aspect and get our kids prepared and ready to battle.
What do you see as some of the keys to picking up a win over West Lyon here?
I think some of the things I mentioned earlier, just the fact that, you got to limit your turnovers, you got to create turnovers, and it's just that aggression at the offensive and defensive line. We feel good in that aspect, but we really just we got to be physical. And, we might get knocked down, but we got to get up, and the next time we get up, we got to come harder and more physical. So, just little things like that as week one comes, you want to play sound football, and I feel like so far we have, and hopefully we continue that.
Well, Coach, we appreciate you spending the time with us here today, and we look forward to talking to you throughout the season.
All right, thanks, Joel.
That is Central Lyon George Little Rock head football coach Curtis Eben. We'll be back with more of the pregame show when we return.
Make your move to the largest orthopedic physician team in the region, Avera Orthopedics.
Small town values will never fade. Always finding a familiar face. A long lost friend with a helpful hand. Picking right up where you left off again. It's your hometown bank in your own backyard. With people that you trust. It's the way you like to live. It's the way you like to bank.
Premier Bank, member FDIC.
Central Lyon Community School District, setting the standard for success. Here at Central Lyon, we have a tradition of excellence and take pride in our quality education. Central Lyon has undergone many changes over the years, but our mission has remained the same: to provide an education and the opportunity for all students to become productive, lifelong learners. Our rich history combines with our state-of-the-art facilities to give students the best of both worlds. Our students have access to the newest technology, dedicated teachers, and a community that supports our efforts. Central Lyon Community School District, setting the standard for success.
Farmers, it's harvest time, and let's face it, things are quite different this year. Are you worried that your yields are down, but your production costs will keep rising? Let DeNoble & Company PC, certified public accountants in Rock Rapids and Laverne, relieve some of your stress by working with you to minimize your taxes and maximize your return. Call DeNoble & Company today for more information on end-of-the-year tax planning. We are a stable, reliable company with the security of experience and the energy of youth.
But I literally didn't see your text.
Pizza Ranch legends.
Like
The
I was
husband who didn't text back about supper.
probably near a text dead zone. You've heard of a text dead zone, right?
It's only a legend, but just in case, there's all kinds of husband didn't text back about supper flavor at Pizza Ranch.
I'm totally getting taco pizza!
There's all kinds of that at Pizza Ranch.
Frontier Bank is more than a bank. We're a community. Banking locally with Frontier Bank means that your money circulates within the community, funding small business lending and benefiting our local citizens, farmers, and neighborhoods. Frontier Bank is a community bank with leading-edge technology, including interactive teller machines and mobile deposits. Keep your deposits local and our community strong with Frontier Bank.
Central Lyon, setting the standard for success.
Here at Central Lyon, we offer equal opportunities in a fun learning environment.
Students K through 12 participate in a wide variety of activities in and out of the classroom.
Teachers here at Central Lyon go the extra mile to help students achieve their academic goals.
Central Lyon, setting the standard for success.
Make your move to the largest orthopedic physician team in the region, Avera Orthopedics.
Well, once again, welcome back to Dicknall Field here in Rock Rapids. Just about set for opening kickoff in the 2018 Lyon County Beef Bowl. 13th annual Lyon County Beef Bowl here tonight at Dicknall Field in Rock Rapids. And we're all tied at 6 apiece through the first 12. A fitting statistic here. Central Lyon, George Little Rock with 6 wins, and West Lyon with 6 wins, respectively, since it has been titled the Lyon County Beef Bowl. And a game in which Central Lyon has not even been competitive, CLGLR, these last few seasons, and certainly the Lions will be chomping at the bit here, Joel Viss, to do a little thing about that and change that up a little bit.
Yeah, we really hope that they can get back on the winning track. You talk about 6 apiece in the winter, but West Lyon has definitely had the edge over the last couple seasons, and the Lions at home here want to get a good chance to get this thing started off and get them moving on the right track.
Well, Central Lyon, George Little Rock has not won for 3 years here in the Lyon County Beef Bowl, so the Lions certainly chomping at the bit here as the captains take the field for the opening coin toss. Lucas Nagel, Zed Hymanson, Tanner Vandetop, and Colton Buss, your captains for the 2018 edition of the Central Lyon George Little Rock Lions. They will meet out at midfield with the captains for the West Lyon Wildcats, Peyton Potter, Ethan Meyer out there at midfield, as well as, let's see here who else is out there for West Lyon as we get set for the opening coin toss. Looks like Trevor Van Middendorp out at midfield, and also Trevor Reinke out at midfield as well. As the officials going over the information with the respective captains, just about set for the coin toss and football for the 2018 season, kicking off here with the 13th annual Lyon County Beef Bowl. West Lyon will get to call the toss here as the visitors. Coin is in the air. West Lyon won the toss, it looks like. And they have elected to defer, so it sounds like the Lyon offense going to get first crack at the 2018 football season here at Dick Null Field in Rock Rapids, as it looks like the Lions will be moving from the north to the south or the left to the right in your mind's eye or on the video screen in front of you. So right away, this offense led by second-year starting quarterback senior Lucas Nagel, a 6'2", 200-pound senior, the quarterback for this Lyon offense. In the backfield, you'll see fellow senior Tanner Vandentop lining up at the tailback position. Vandentop, a 6'1", 225-pound senior. He missed all of last season out early in the preseason with a knee injury. At the wideout positions, you've got senior Zed Hymanson along with junior Thomas Skidmore, and senior Austin Metzger and junior Carter Krull will line up at the wingbacks. Up front on the offensive line for this Lyon offense, starting on the offensive line, you've got senior Matt Huntsman, senior Jarrett Fostert, junior Carson Popkeys, junior Jared Meyer, and senior Colton Buss, with Popkeys playing the center position. West Lyon about set to kick it off here tonight as the ball is teed up on the 40-yard line, and the Wildcats, Isaac Bruggeman with the ball on the tee. The kick will be going from the right to the left in your mind's eye or on the video screen in front of you. 12 minutes up on the board. Signal is given from the official. We are ready for football. The ball is given the boot. It is in the air. High end-over-end kick fielded at the 10-yard line by the Lions. And coming around the near side is returner Cole Telford. Telford tiptoeing along the sidelines. Looks like he stepped out of bounds at the 30-yard line, but good starting field position for this Lyon offense.
Yeah, nice job there by Cole. Very shifty as he was coming up the middle of the field. Saw it was closing up and got to the outside there and just about got a big gainer out there if he doesn't nip that end line.
Ball officially spotted at the Central Lyon George Little Rock 31-yard line. Nagel will line up in the shotgun with Vandentop to his left, Tripp Receivers left, and a single to the right. The hand will go to Vandentop right up the middle, breaks it out left side, and a big gainer for Vandentop out to the 40-yard line, 9-yard pickup on first down.
Yeah, and that's a great start there for the Lions to get Tanner Vandentop going back in. We missed him last year with that knee injury. Everybody asked, is he back to health? And that's a good start for him.
No huddle offense, 2nd and 1. Vandentop right up the middle. He'll push the pile forward for the first down up to the 42-yard line. And the Lions move the chains on the first 2 plays of the night.
Yeah, and just those tough 2 yards, that's what you want out of a kid like that. When it's 2nd down and 1, hand him the ball. He got up the middle of the field, got the 2 yards we needed, and a fresh set of downs.
First and 10 from their own 42. Nagel takes a snap, quarterback sweep around the right end. Nagel's going to be dropped back at the 40-yard line for a loss. And coming through is Logan Meyer, Mr. Do-Everything for this West Lyon Wildcat team.
Yeah, Zed Hymanson's going to have to do a better job there on the outside. When he's got that linebacker of Meyer coming through there, he's got to hold him up a little bit longer. Otherwise, Lucas doesn't have much room to go.
2nd down and 12. Lions will pass the ball left side. Catch is made at the 46-yard line, and hauling it in for the first reception of the 2018 season is wideout Austin Metzger at the, the 47 they'll give him, setting up a 3rd and about 5 for the Lions. 3rd down, about 5 yards to go here for the Lions from their own 47-yard line. Nagel will line up in the shotgun. Tripp Receivers wide to the right with a double wing offense. Nagel looks over the Wildcat defense, calls it out, man in motion. That's Metzger. Nagel on the quarterback, keep up the middle, breaks it out left side. He's going to be close to the first down stick at about the 48-yard line of West Lyon, and we'll see if he was able to get it.
It looks like he's going to be just short of there as they had him marked there at the stick. But the referee came through there and moved it back a little bit, so it looks like it's going to be 4th down in inches after that run.
Well, the officials will call time for measurement. 10:19 left to play in the opening quarter. We are scoreless so far. Central Lyon George Little Rock on the game's opening offensive possession here. As the officials, it looked like they were calling time for measurement as we're awaiting the chain gang to come out. Here we go. Chains will come out. The ball is spotted just shy of the West Lyon 48-yard line. As the chains stretch out, it will be a first down, Central Lyon George Little Rock. So the Lions do pick up the first down on the 3rd down scamper for Lucas Nagel, and the Lions move the chains once again. A pretty good opening offensive possession going for CLGLR. First and 10 from the West Lyon 48. Nagel in the shotgun with Vanden Top to his right. Trip receivers right, a single to the left. Nagel drops back to pass over the middle. There's Carter Kroll at the 46 to the 40 and out of bounds at the 37-yard line of West Lyon. The Lions will move the sticks once again.
Nice run there by Carter Kroll to move down the sidelines there. He's very quick, and if he can turn the corner and get going up to full speed, he is going to be tough to stop.
First down and 10 for the Lions on the West Lyon 36-yard line. Nagel in the shotgun, twin receivers to the right. Nagel on the quarterback keep right up the middle. Nice hole for Nagel, and he'll push a few defenders forward, but fumbled the ball at the 29-yard line of West Lyon, and it looks like the Wildcats have recovered.
Yeah, and that's a tough spot right there. You know, it's great to have Lucas out there. He runs the ball so well. He's nice and big, but he doesn't get very low, and able to get a linebacker in there, got underneath him, popped that ball loose, and the Wildcats get a big break there as the Lions had a good drive going.
First turnover of the night will stall out Central Lyon George Little Rock's offensive possession. So West Lyon offense will get their turn now, starting first and there is a flag on the play. The run goes all the way out to the 41 for a pickup of 12, but there is a flag back at the line of scrimmage.
Yeah, we'll see if that comes in the area of a hold. It looks like it is right in the middle of there. They're actually going to call a chop block.
That's a biggie.
Going to say the offensive lineman went low. That's a 15-yarder, I do believe. First initial contact. That's something they pointed out last year, Jay, is a point of emphasis on those offensive line. Your first contact has to be up around the shoulder pads. It cannot be down by the on your first attempt.
Well, the ball will be marked back to the 41-yard line, so each team will stall out on their opening offensive possession via the turnover, and the Lion offense will take back over.
Well, and a Lion turnover there is even better because they were able to take over inside of Wildcat territory, and we'll see what they can do now and see if they can definitely take advantage here as they take over on the 42-yard line back. Now you've got a fumble by Central Lyon deep in Wildcat territory. Now the Wildcats fumble it back and give it back to the Lions with a shot.
First down and 10 for the Lion offense. Nagel takes a snap, but early movement on the Lions here, and we're going to get a penalty with 7:56 left to play in the opening quarter. We are scoreless so far in the 2018 Beef Bowl, I should say, 13th annual edition of the Lyon County Beef Bowl. Following the illegal motion penalty on the Lions, ball will be spotted back at the 47-yard line of West Lyon, and now a first down and 15 for Central Lyon George Little Rock. Twin receivers wide to the right, twin receivers wide left. As Nagel will line up in the shotgun, now a ghost backfield as Vanden Top will split out wide to the right. Nagel takes a snap, quarterback keep up the middle, and he'll be hit right about the line of scrimmage, maybe fall forward for a yard. That's about all he's going to get.
You know, and the Wildcats got a great push up front on the defensive line. They were able to get in the backfield right away. Lucas he's got to go. He hesitates on that. When he hesitates, they collapse on him, and he just doesn't have a whole lot of room to run.
Second down and 14 for the Lions from the West Lyon 46. Nagel with a quick pass to Carter Kroll. Kroll with room to roam, but just tripped up at the 42-yard line, and that will close down what could have been a big gain for the Lions. Nice defense by the Wildcats, and a 3rd and 10 coming up.
Yeah, Carter ends up with 4 yards on that play instead of having about a first down. But a big job there by the defensive back of Isaac Bruggeman to jump in there and make the tackle.
3rd down and 10. Nagel back to pass under pressure. Let's go of the sack. Lets it go over the middle. Now it's intercepted. Davion Sterner with the pick, and it's going to be a pick 6 as Sterner's taking this back to the 15, 10, 5. Touchdown Wildcats. A defensive score, our first score of the night with 6:54 left to play in the opening quarter.
And that's just a tough break right there as rolling left. Nagel was looking down the field. He was looking to the corner, then decided to come back and just doesn't recognize Sterner sitting right there, and he just stepped in front of it, made the catch, and went the other way, and he was able to go the distance.
60-yard interception return for Davion Sterner for West Lyon, and the Wildcats take the early 6-0 lead with 6:54 left to play in the opening quarter. Extra point attempt coming up here from West Lyon, and it looks like the kicking will be done by, yes, that is Isaac Bruggeman. He'll do the kicking here. Hold is going to be provided by Jalen Gramstead. As we await the snap is good. The hold is down. The kick is up, and the extra point is no good. 6:54 left to play in the opening quarter. West Lyon strikes first. The Wildcats leading Central Lyon George Little Rock 6-0 from Dicknall Field in Rock Rapids. This is Lyon football on the Central Lyon Broadcasting Network.
Small town values will never fade. Always finding a familiar face. A long lost friend with a helpful hand. Picking right up where you left off again. It's your hometown bank. In your own backyard, with people that you trust. It's the way you like to live. It's the way you like to bank.
Premier Bank, member FDIC.
Back at Dicknall Field in Rock Rapids, 6:54 left to play in the opening quarter. 6-0, the West Lyon Wildcats with the lead on Central Lyon George Little Rock. A 60-yard interception returned for a touchdown by Davion Sterner for the Wildcats. Puts them on the board first. Bruggeman with the ball teed up on the ensuing kickoff. Bruggeman walks it off from the 40-yard line, ready to give the ball the boot as Bruggeman waits for the official signal. Official signal is given. The ball is in the air. High end-over-end kick, and it looks like once again it will be Telford on the return. Coming to the near sideline of the 15, the 20, the 25, the 30, the 35, and brought down at the 39-yard line of Central Lyon George Little Rock. So Cole Telford with a nice return once again, and the Lions with decent starting field position once again.
Yeah, Cole Telford's been a nice bright spot there, Jay, as he's had a couple good returns for us, and he's putting us in great position. Now, our offense has done some nice things out there. We've moved the ball all right, but we just got to quit turning the ball over, quit shooting ourselves in the foot.
First down and 10 for the Lions from their own 40. The hand will go to Vanentop right up the middle. He'll be hit back in the backfield for a 1-yard loss to the 39-yard line, and a 2nd and 11 coming up.
You know, Jay, early on we were able to get some big holes up front there. Offensive line are really getting a good push. West Lyon has figured it out that we're going to try and run the ball on them. They're really tightening it in and bringing it to the middle of the field, and they're blitzing from the gaps out there, and they're doing a great job of guessing.
Nagel lining up in the shotgun formation. Krull in motion. He'll take the hand from Nagel right to left, and Krull will be dropped by Meyer back at the 35-yard line, and it will be a loss of 4 more for the Lions. I believe there's a flag on the field.
Yeah, and just not getting the blocks up front. We're getting beat up front. These guys, our offensive linemen, just don't even look like they're putting up any resistance. And they're letting these linebackers come right through free. And Logan Meyer is just having a heyday there. He's timing the snap count. He's in the backfield almost immediately, and our running backs don't have a place to go.
It's going to be a motion off penalty on the Lions. The Wildcats will obviously decline that. And a 3rd down and a 15 for Central Lyon George Little Rock with the ball on their own 35-yard line. 6:06 left in the opening quarter. 6-0 Wildcats on top. Nagel in the shotgun, and now he's going to check with the sidelines following Metzger going in motion and coming back. Nagel checking with the sidelines for the play call. Play clock is at 5. Nagel takes a snap, dropping back to pass. Looking out right side in the flat. He's got Tanner Vanentop. Vanentop at the 40 and brought down at the 44-yard line. He was down, lost control of the ball, but he was marked down at the 44 of Central Lyon George Little Rock. A 4th down and about 6 coming up for the Lions.
Well, that was a close call there because he was hit upside down there, and luckily the knees got down before that ball came out.
Lions going to go for it on 4th and 6, or line up like they will go for it. Of course, we've seen Nagel punt out of this formation as well. The snap to Nagel, he will punt it, and a nice high end-over-end punt. Will take a hop at the 16, roll inside the 5, and down to the 1 of West Lyon. Lucas Nagel, it's down by Hymanson at the 1-yard line. However, the ball came to a stop before Hymanson touched it, and a great punt by Lucas Nagel on the pooch punt formation.
Yeah, definitely a good job there. That is the big effect that you can get out of that is you're able to get Lucas a free kick out of that, and they don't send anybody back on that. There's no deep back because you have to respect the fact that the Lions could go for it. And a tough break there as West Lyon is going to start deep in their own territory. Lions need to capitalize here. Force a 3 and out there. You know, you don't need the safety. That'd be great. But if nothing else, you force the 3 and out and get good field position and try again.
First down and 10 for the Wildcats. Gramstead under center. Lions showing blitz. Gramstead takes a snap, hands up the middle to Meyer, and Meyer will be brought down by a host of Lions at about the 3-yard line, pickup of a couple.
You know, and that's a great job there by the Lions. The linebackers there, they knew what was coming. They saw that dive play, and I know they worked on it all week long in practice. They knew Logan was going to come up the middle. Especially when you're that deep in the end zone, you're not going to see too much fancy stuff. They want to get some room, and Lyon's able to wrap him up and take him down after a short game.
Second down and 8 for West Lyon. The ball on the Central Lyon George Little Rock 3-yard line. Gramstead under center with the power formation behind him. Takes a snap, hands to Sterner over the left side, and Sterner will be piled up upon at about the 7-yard line. A pickup of about 3 or 4 more, and it will be a third down and about 5 coming up for West Lyon.
This is a big play for both teams here, Jay. For the Lions, they've got that chance. They get a stop here. They get the punt. They're going to get the ball back. For West Lyon, that little 3-yard run was big because now they're outside the 5-yard line. They've got a little bit of room to work with. They can run to the outside if they need to or if they need to throw. So the Lions need to step up here and get a little nasty right away.
Third down and 5 for West Lyon. The ball spotted on their own 7-yard line. Gramstead under center takes a snap, hands to Meyer on the counter over the right side, and Meyer carries to about the 10-yard line. Lions will stop him a couple yards shy of the first down.
That's what the Lions needed to do and get that 3 and out, make these guys punt the ball from their own end zone. You got a chance. Curtis Eben knows how to get after it here. He knows how to block some kicks. He's done some pretty crazy stuff on special teams before, and it'd be nice to see if they could get the block here. If nothing else, they should get good starting field position as soon as they get the ball back, probably around the midfield marker.
Punt coming from Gavin Lorenzen in his own end zone. Gavin takes a snap and gives the ball the boot. A high spiraling punt fielded at the 50-yard line right through the arms of Telford, and alertly fallen on it back at the Central Lyon George Little Rock 38 was Austin Metzger, as Telford just couldn't read it, went right through his arms, and Metzger fell on it back at the 38-yard line to avoid a disaster.
Well, and Telford out there, he's had some good returns there, but when you get a high spiraling kick like that, that's tough. I mean, when that ball's way up there and it's coming straight down, that is a great punt by the Wildcats, and Telford tough to handle. Like I said, good job by Metzger to be there to recover.
First down and 10 for the Lions. Ball spotted on their own 38. Nagel in the shotgun, trip receivers right, a single to the left. Nagel takes a snap, quick pass, left side for Hymanson, over his head, tipped and deflected, incomplete.
Nagel's really trying to throw in those tight spaces there. There are a lot of white jerseys around that ball when he's throwing it in there, and that's very dangerous there. The Lions have already given up a couple fumbles, or they've given up a fumble and an interception. They got to be very careful on what they're doing.
Second down and 10 for the Lions from their own 38. Nagel out of the shotgun, takes a snap as the blitz is coming, dumps it off over the right side to Trey Murray, and Murray will carry up to the 40-yard line, a pickup of a couple, and a 3rd and 8 coming up for the Lions.
Trey Murray, he's one of those guys out there that has really worked to get himself into this varsity lineup out there. He's been a backup guy for his whole career. Now he's in the ball game and wants to show some things. He's got some speed if he can get in the open.
On 3rd and 8, Nagel sets up the screen over the middle to Carter Krull, and Krull has blockers in front of him. Krull at the 45 makes his way to the 50, to the 45, 40 in the open at the 30, 25, puts on the move at the 20, 15, 10, 5, touchdown Lions. Carter Krull on the screen play, 60 yards. Courtesy of Lucas Nagel, and with 2:18 left to play in the opening quarter for the first time in the 2018 season, the Lions are on the board.
Wow, and that was a great job there. That is a play that's been coming. We've been working on that one. You get Carter Krull out in the open. Some great downfield blocks out there to help push him out there in the open. He made a good cut at the first down marker, then ran through a few tackles and just outruns the defense. What a great run there and a great play for the Lions.
Boy, those Hoggers were hustling down the field there. They set up that screen perfectly, and some good footwork by the big men in front of Krull. 60-yard screen pass. Now Krull will try to add the extra point. Van Berkham on the hold. Snap is good. The hold is down. The kick is up, and the extra point is good. 2:18 left to play in the opening quarter. 7-6. Central Lyon George Little Rock leading at West Lyon. From Dick Null Field in Rock Rapids, this is Lyon football on the Central Lyon Broadcast Network. Back at Dicknall Field in Rock Rapids, along with Joel Viss, I'm Jay Kelly. 2:18 left to play in the first quarter, 7-6. Central Lyon George Little Rock with the lead on West Lyon in the 13th annual Lyon County Beef Bowl. A 60-yard touchdown through the air, a screen pass from Lucas Nagel to Carter Krull. Krull adds the extra point, and the Lions with the 7-6 advantage late in the first quarter.
Lions do a great job of capitalizing there. They had that pick six earlier in the game. They got a punt down to the 1 yard line, got the 3 and out, got good starting field position, Jay, and able to capitalize on it and get back into us. That is a big motivation there for these Lions as they're sitting here in the first quarter.
Ensuing kickoff, Krull gives the ball the boot, fielded at the 10-yard line by the Wildcats, and it looks like Mason Maurer coming the other way, going to be piled up upon by a couple of Lions at the 20-yard line, and I believe that was Cole Telford once again leading the charge.
Yeah, Telford is so fast out there. I mean, he's shown it on his returns out there. There he shows it as the gunner and gets down there, runs down the return man, and I was a little nervous. Didn't know if we were going to get into that tackle from behind and pull down there. They said they're really going to work on those horse collars this year, and that's very close, but able to catch up and make a good tackle.
Thomas Skidmore jumping in on the play as well. Great special teams for the Lions, and a first down at 10 for West Lyon. They will start on their own 20-yard line. Looks like Gramsted's going to line up in a shotgun formation here with 2:13 left in the opening quarter. Gramsted with Myers standing to his right, twin receivers right, a single to the left. Gramsted takes a snap, a high snap, and a quarterback keep around right end. Gramsted will be thrown down at about the 24-yard line, pick up a 4 on first down.
You know, that's going to be one of those guys that you got to watch out too. You know, the Wildcats have had so many quarterbacks over the day that we had to focus on and really pay attention to. And now you got Jalen Gramston, a kid we don't really know a lot about, but shows that he has some good speed and he's got some good blockers up front.
Second down and 6 for West Lyon. The ball spotted on their own 24. 1:40 left to play in the opening quarter. Clock is moving. Lions lead the Wildcats 7-6. On second down, Gramsted in the shotgun. Myers standing to his left, and now I think a little early motion or possibly a delay of game on the Wildcats as well.
Yeah, I think it's coming from the back judge there. He's watching the play clock, and you're going to get a delay of game against the Wildcats. And a big break there as they just lost everything that they gained on first down.
Well, both teams shooting themselves in the foot with some mistakes early on here, as can be expected on the opening game of the season. You don't want those mistakes to be fatal mistakes, however. Second down and 11 for the Wildcats, now lined up on their own 19-yard line. 1:27 left in the opening quarter. Gramsted in the shotgun, calls it out, takes a snap, the hand to Meyer. No, it's a fake hand to Meyer. Gramsted keeps it. He's going to be piled up upon by a host of Lions at the 20. They're going to give him forward progress for a yard.
You know, and that was a great job there by the Lion defense. The defensive tackles, the ends they got in there, and our defensive end was able to stay home there. That was Colton Buss out there. He's staying home and really reading the play well. They wanted to hand off to Logan, but he had Buss there, so he decides to keep it. When he keeps there, the tackle and the linebacker come up and fill the hole, and nowhere for them guys to run.
Third down and 10 for West Lyon. Ball spotted on their own 20-yard line. Gramsted in the shotgun, calls it out with twin receivers to the left, takes a snap, quick pass, left side, out of the reach of the intended receiver on the play, Gavin Lorenzen. Pass falls incomplete, and Lorenzen will line up to punt.
Yeah, another good stop there by the Lions here. They're going to get another shot here if they can get a good return here. Last time, this punter was able to get that ball high in the air. Telford had some struggles trying to catch it out there, so we'll see if they can come back here and get a good return and set up the Lions again.
Gavin Lorenzen back on his own 8-yard line. Calls for the snap, gets a good snap, and over to the right, just a little squib kick along the ground, and it hits a West Lyon up back right about midfield at the 50-yard line. Officials will throw the beanbags in. We'll see where they officially spotted with 38 seconds left to play in the opening quarter. 7-6 the lead for Central Lyon George Little Rock. I believe it hit his foot right about the 50-yard line.
I think they're going to give him the 48. I saw the one official come in and throw the beanbag out there. Not sure where they're going to mark him, but yeah, they will say the 50, and that'll be first touch against the Wildcats. And that's a rugby-style kicker there. He was going to try and keep it low there and do that rugby-style kick, but just came right off the front of his toe and end-over-end punt there, and nobody saw it coming.
First down and 10 for the Lions, right at the midfield stripe, 7-6. Central Lyon George Little Rock with the lead on West Lyon. 38 seconds left to play in the opening quarter. Nagel in the shotgun on first and 10. Trip receivers right, single to the left. Nagel takes a snap, dropping back to pass. Under pressure, lets it go deep down left sideline for Hymanson. A jump ball is incomplete. Nice coverage by Will Coy on the coverage for West Lyon. However, the ball was overthrown, so a jump ball unable to come down with it was Zed Hymanson.
Well, I think if Zed would have kept running there, he might have run underneath of it. But like I said, Coy was right there with him, and he just kind of mistimed the jump on that.
Second down and 10, Central Lyon George Little Rock from the midfield stripe. Nagel in the shotgun, takes a snap, hands Vanentop up the middle, stumbles in the backfield and falls forward to the line of scrimmage with 27 seconds left in the opening quarter.
Yeah, and that's too bad there. The line had a pretty good hole there for him. He was going to get some yards on that one, but Tanner just losing his footing as soon as he got the ball. I think he was trying to make a cut and go to the left, and his foot just kind of caught up in the grass there and went down.
Third down and 10, Central Lyon George Little Rock. It looks like the Lions going to run out the first quarter. Clock will come to zeros, and we are at the end of one quarter of play. At the end of the first, 7-6, Central Lyon George Little Rock leading West Lyon. From Dicknall Field in Rock Rapids, you're listening to Lion Football on the Central Lyon Broadcast Network.
Farmers, it's harvest time, and let's face it, things are quite different this year. Are you worried that your yields are down, but your production costs will keep rising? Let DeNoble & Company, PC, certified public accountants in Rock Rapids and Laverne, relieve some of your stress by working with you to minimize your taxes and maximize your return. Call DeNoble & Company today for more information on end-of-the-year tax planning. We are a stable, reliable company with the security of experience and the energy of youth.
Make your move to the largest orthopedic physician team in the region, Avera Orthopedics.
Back at Dicknall Field in Rock Rapids, along with Joel Viss, I'm Jay Kelly. 12 minutes up on the board for quarter number 2 of the 13th annual Lyon County Beef Bowl. After one quarter of play, a 7-6 lead for Central Lyon George Little Rock over West Lyon. A third down and 10 facing the Lions here in the second quarter. As we start off quarter number 2, we're going to have to remind the chain gang to move those chains on down here as they still have them set up. Lions will be changing direction here. It is opening night for everybody, right, Joel?
Well, we got a new chain gang,
yeah.
So that is going to be the interesting thing here, and they still don't quite have it set up.
There we go. I think they got it ready now. So
there we go. Yep, new chain grew. We'll let him go. I think
chain
Petey's down there.
Oh, okay.
Petey's been around long enough. He should know better.
You would think so. Third down and 10, Central Lyon George Little Rock. The ball actually on their side of the 50-yard line now, just about the 49.5 of CLGLR. We'll still call it 10 yards to go. 12 minutes up on the board for quarter number 2. Once again, CLGLR with the lead over West Lyon by a score of 7-6. Nagel in the shotgun, everybody in tight in front of him. Vanentop in the backfield as Nagel takes a snap, drops back over the middle, wide open. Carter Krull makes the catch at the 39, brought down at the 37, and it's a Lion first down.
Wow, and that was a nice job there by Carter. He just was wide open over the middle of the field, and Lucas stepped right into it, delivered a dart to him. He made the catch, got a few more positive yards after that. Nice pitch and catch for a first down.
First down and 10 for the Lions. Ball on the 37 of West Lyon. The fake hand to Vanentop and a pass right side for Metzger, tipped incomplete, and a second down coming up.
That was a little sketchy right there again. You know, we just talked about what a great pass that was, that first one. And there, once again, he tried to do that slant pass, and it gets tipped in the air, and there are a lot of white jerseys around when that ball goes up.
11:44 left to play in the first half. 7-6, Lions lead the Wildcats. 2nd and 10 for the Lions from the 37 of West Lyon. The hand of Van top up the middle, hit at the line of scrimmage for no gain, and a 3rd down and 10 coming up for Central Lyon George Little Rock.
Not what the Lions want to keep seeing here. They keep putting themselves in 3rd down and long situations, and just not something overly ideal when you're in this. You're going to go for it on 4th down here, so you want to get good positive yards or give yourself a chance at a decent one, and Parker Netton coming into the backfield.
On 3rd down and 10, Lions line up in the shotgun. Nagel calls it out, takes a snap, dropping back to pass, looking over the middle, now left side for Krull, jump ball, and Krull almost had a one-handed grab, but just couldn't quite hang on to it. He was sandwiched by a couple of defenders, and the Lions now facing a 4th and 10.
Now, this is one of those things again here. 4th down and 10, you're inside the 40-yard line. You know, if you go for it and you don't get anything, that gives pretty good field position to West Lyon. But if you pooch kick it, you got to do a light pooch kick and try and keep it out of the end zone.
On 4th and 10, Nagel will pooch it away. A high end-over-end kick. This will go right into the end zone. So the Lions will pin West Lyon back about 17 yards from the line of scrimmage at the 20-yard line. That's where the Wildcats will take over once again, 1st and 10. And the Lion defense so far tonight, Joel, they've been up to the task.
Yeah, they've been doing a really nice job out there. West Lyon had a couple big plays there with Logan Meyer, and that was just trying to get a feel for him, knowing what you got to do. You know, and he broke some tackles early, but after that, Lions were able to get in. They've been breaking down nicely. They've been wrapping up and getting lots of purple jerseys to the ball, and that's always a big emphasis for Coach Eben, and he's got to like what he sees so far.
1st down and 10 for the Wildcats from their own 20. Gramstead under center, power eye behind him. Gramstead takes a snap, hands to Sterner over the right side. Not a whole lot of running room. Sterner does get a couple yards pushing the pile forward.
Yeah, and once again, you see our guys, our defensive linemen, are feeling the double teams. They know what's coming, and they're doing a great job of making the pile there and closing up the hole. Then the running back has to shift and adjust, and then our linebackers are just filling in nicely, and they're doing a great job swarming to the ball. Every time we make a tackle, we've got one guy hitting, but there's usually 2 guys right behind him.
2nd down and 8 for West Lyon. The ball spotted on their own 22 with 10:35 left in the opening half. 7-6, Lions out in front. Gramstead on 2nd down, takes a snap, pitches out left side. Here comes Sterner again, and Sterner going to be wrapped up by the Lions, and quite rudely, I might add, by the defensive end Lucas Nagel at the 21-yard line for a loss of 1.
Wow, and that was just a great job there. That play was really developing nicely. They had some blocks down the field there, and Lucas just started to slide with them and was staying with this block and finally shucked that block on the end and extended the play long enough, and then comes out there and just a great athlete there. You like to see Lucas being aggressive like that.
3rd down and 9 coming up for West Lyon with the ball spotted on their own 21. Power formation behind Gramstead in the backfield. Gramstead calls it out, takes a snap. They got a pulling guard over the right side. Meyer takes the hand and has a huge hole, and Meyer is off to the races. Meyer is going to take this to the house for the West Lyon Wildcats, and this is going to be a 69-yard carry. Pardon me, a 79-yard carry for the Wildcat touchdown.
Wow, that's tough right there. That's just that standard counter play that they like to run. Wildcats are notorious for running that. It was blocked perfectly. Meyer gets into the backfield. He really only had one guy to beat and does a great job of just running right by him. Easy touchdown there for Logan Meyer, and the Wildcats are back on top.
Well, West Lyon springs out to a 12-7 lead, a night of big plays so far here at Dicknall Field in Rock Rapids with 9:32 left to play in the first half. 2-point conversion attempt coming up for the Wildcats here as they will line up in the power formation with Gramstead under center at quarterback. Gramstead looking over the Lion defense, takes a snap, hands up the middle to the fullback on the play, Gage Erickson, and he's going to be stopped short of the goal line. So the Lion defense comes through. The 2-point conversion no good with 9:32 left to play in the first half. 12-7. West Lyon leading Central Lyon George Little Rock. It's the 13th annual Lyon County Beef Bowl on the Central Lyon Broadcast Network.
But I literally didn't see your text.
Pizza Ranch legends.
Like
the
I was
husband who didn't text back about supper.
probably near a text dead zone. You've heard of a text dead zone, right?
It's only a legend, but just in case, there's all kinds of husband didn't text back about supper flavor at Pizza Ranch.
I'm totally getting taco pizza!
There's all kinds of that at Pizza Ranch.
Back at Dicknall Field in Rock Rapids, along with Joel Viss, I'm Jay Kelly. 9:32 left to play in the first half. 12-7, West Lyon with the advantage on Central Lyon George Little Rock. A 79-yard touchdown run by Logan Meyer, the latest score for the Wildcats. 2-point conversion was no good, and a 12-7 advantage for West Lyon over CLGLR.
Wow, what is the difference there, Jay, for the Wildcats to go from the kicker that they had in Snyder over these last couple of years and now struggling in the kicking game, so they have to go back and try and go for two.
Carter Krull takes the ensuing kickoff at the 11-yard line to the 20-yard line to the 25, and he'll be brought down by the Wildcat special teams at the 25-yard line, where the Lions will start 1st and 10.
Carter was trying to be patient there. He was just kind of trying to feel out his blocks, look for that wedge, and see if he could find the opening there. But by the time he decided to go for it, the Wildcats had slid through there and really kept him back there. And Lions not familiar with this, starting deep in their own territory, and we'll see if they can put together another drive like the first quarter.
9:25 left to play in the first half. Nagel takes a snap, quarterback keep over the left side, and cuts it back up the middle for a pickup of 3 out to the 28-yard line.
You know, and he's just a big guy out there. You know, he's 6'2", 6'3" or so, and, you know, he's 210 pounds. And he just bowls his way forward there. He's an easy 3-4 yard pickup on that way. And that's a good start on first down, considering we found ourselves struggling the last couple sets.
Nagel lining up in the shotgun on 2nd down and 7. 8:55 left to play in the first half. 12-7, West Lyon with the advantage. Twin receivers left, twins to the right as Nagel takes a snap, quick pass, left side. There is Telford. Telford switches hands across the 30, out to the 34-yard line and knocked out of bounds. A couple of yards shy of the first down.
Yeah, and Telford doing a nice job there, finding his way and getting everything that he needed to. And gets to the outside, does a good job of switching the ball to the outside because he knows he's going to take a hit on the sidelines, but doesn't want to risk fumbling that football.
3rd down and a short 2 for the Lions with the ball spotted on their own 34. Nagel in the shotgun, takes a snap, hands Van Top up the middle, bowls through a couple of defenders, crosses the 35. He's going to be very close once again to a first down. Wow, they're not even going to measure. The far side official says move the chains.
Well, they're going to mark it. They started on the 25, right on the 25-yard line, and the official's marking it on the 36, so no need for measurement. Let's keep rolling.
1st down and 10, Lions from their own 36. Nagel in the shotgun, Telford in motion. Nagel back to pass, deep ball, left sideline for Hymanson. Jump ball, and Hymanson can't corral it in over his head, and incomplete.
You know, and I like the play on that one, though, Jay, because the Wildcats have really been converging there. They've been taking that middle run away from us. They're really trying to collapse down on it, run a little play action there, throw it deep, see if you can loosen up that defense, back them up there, and then hopefully that'll open up the running game here.
8:21 left to play in the first half. 12-7, West Lyon with the lead on Central Lyon George Little Rock. 2nd and 10 for the Lions from their own 36. Nagel on the quarterback keep right side will be brought down at the 39, pickup of 3, and that will set up a 3rd down and 7 for CLGLR.
Yeah, it's tough going there up the middle there. These Wildcats are so big up front there. You know, those defensive linemen they're so big and they take up so much room out there. They do a good job there. The linebackers are filling in. They're running like a 4-5 defense on us.
Nagel dropping back to pass over the middle. There's Hymanson. Hymanson breaking free at the 50-yard line to the 45 and brought down to the 43 of West Lyon. And Zed Hymanson from Lucas Nagel on the big pickup.
Yeah, 17-yard pickup. Finally, Zed gets his hands on the ball and shows what he can do with that one. And Lyon's doing a great job there of just picking apart and finding the holes.
1st down and 10, quick pass. Hymanson left side, not a whole lot of blocking in front of him. He'll be brought down after a pickup of 1 to the 42-yard line, I should say.
You know, I still like that one, Jay, is we got a big first down, tried to pick up the tempo on that one and tried to go right away, see if you could catch the defense on their heels, not ready to play. And so that was still a nice play, even though it gained 1 yard.
Second down and 9 for the Lions on the West Lyon 42-yard line. The hand goes up the middle to Vandertop, breaks it out left side. Vandertop inside the 35 and carries down to the 30-yard line. It will be another Lion first down.
You know, and Tanner, that's where he brings the package there from the tailback spot. He's got the speed out there, but he's also got the size, and he does a good job of running through tackles.
Well, West Lyon is going to call a timeout. 7:08 left to play in the first half. 12-7. West Lyon with the lead on Central Lyon George Little Rock from Dick Knoll Field in Rock Rapids. This is the 13th annual Lyon County Beef Bowl on the Central Lyon Broadcast Network.
Central Lyon, setting the standard for success.
Here at Central Lyon, we offer equal opportunities in a fun learning environment.
Students K through 12 participate in a wide variety of activities in and out of the classroom.
Teachers here at Central Lyon go the extra mile to help students achieve their academic goals.
Central Lyon, setting the standard for success.
Frontier Bank is more than a bank. We're a community. Banking locally with Frontier Bank means that your money circulates within the community, funding small business lending and benefiting our local citizens, farmers, and neighborhoods. Frontier Bank is a community bank with leading-edge technology, including interactive teller machines and
Back at Dick Knoll Field in Rock Rapids, 7:08 left in the first half. First and at 10 for the Lions. Nagel takes a snap, rolls out right side, and the pass is caught at the 9-yard line. Sliding under it is Carter Kroll, and the Lions with a big gainer right off the West Lyon timeout.
Yeah, Carter Kroll doing a great job there. He's in coverage, turns around, looks back there. Lucas throws it out underneath, and he comes back for it and makes a nice 21-yard reception there. And the Lions got first and goal inside the 10.
Threatening to take the lead back. First and goal from the 9 of West Lyon. The hand goes up the middle to Vandertop, pushes the pile forward, out right side inside the 5 and down to the 4 of the West Lyon Wildcats.
Lions doing a good job. You can tell that they're starting to feel it. They're getting comfortable out there. That first quarter, they moved the ball, but they weren't very comfortable. Now they're starting to find some things, and they're doing a good job.
Second down and goal from the 4. The fake hand to Vandertop, and the pass out left side is incomplete. Third and goal coming up with 6:27 left to play in the first half.
Well, I think that was a good incomplete pass right there, because if Telford makes that catch out there, there are a Wildcat right in his face. They're ready to just blow him up there. So luckily the pass was overthrown, and it looks like now the Lions are going to call timeout and discuss this over.
6:27 left to play in the first half. 12-7, West Lyon with the lead. Central Lyon George Little Rock in the red zone inside the 5. We'll see if the Lions can grab the lead back. When we return, the 13th annual Lyon County Beef Bowl is live on the Central Lyon Broadcast Network. Back at Dick Knoll Field in Rock Rapids, along with Joel Viss, I'm Jay Kelly. 6:27 left to play in the first half. 12-7, West Lyon with the lead on Central Lyon George Little Rock. Lions looking to get that lead back. They have the ball, third down and goal at the West Lyon 4-yard line. Following the first time out the Lions have used here tonight. Nagel in the shotgun, Netton to his right. As Nagel calls it out, takes a snap, fakes the hand to Netton. Quarterback keep right side. Nagel will be stood up at the line of scrimmage, no gain. And a fourth and goal coming up from the 4-yard line.
Yeah, once again, we're sitting there inside the 5-yard line on fourth down. We'll see if Carter Kroll looks like they're going to come out there and take the points maybe. And Carter will line up for the field goal here this deep in the territory. I don't know about this. You're still going to be down. You could just well go for the end zone, try and score. If you don't, you've got the Wildcats pinned deep in their own end zone.
Dylan Van Berkem will come on to hold. It will be a 21-yard field goal attempt. The snap is good, hold is down, kick is up, and the field goal is good from Carter Krull. 3 points up on the board, 5:46 left to play in the first half. Lions have closed the gap to 2, 12-10. West Lyon leading at Central Lyon George Little Rock. From Dicknall Field in Rock Rapids, this is Lion football on the Central Lyon Broadcast Network.
Small town values will never fade. Always finding a familiar face. A long lost friend with a helpful hand. Picking right up where you left off again. It's your hometown bank in your own backyard. With people that you trust. It's the way you like to live. It's the way you like to bank.
Premier Bank, member FDIC.
Back at Dicknall Field in Rock Rapids, along with Joel Viss, I'm Jay Kelly. 5:46 left to play in the first half. 12-10, West Lyon with the lead on Central Lyon George Little Rock. A 21-yard field goal for Carter Krull, the latest points for the Lions. And Joel, who would have guessed? But we got a knockdown dragout here in the 13th annual Lyon County Beef Bowl.
Yeah, but a lot more scoring than we normally used to here with
Typically.
5:46 in the second quarter, and we've got 4 scores on the board already.
Yeah, 12-10 would be a final back in the old days. Krull on the ensuing kickoff gets a high end-over-end kick angling towards the 11-yard line, picked up by the Wildcats, and Lorenzen will take it out to the 27, maybe the 28-yard line, where West Lyon will start first down and 10.
Well, the Wildcats taking advantage. They're kind of a short kick there for Carter Krull, able to grab that at the 10-yard line. And they move up the sidelines, break a few tackles, get outside the 25. Anytime you can get around the 30-yard line on a kickoff, you're looking really good and you're setting your offense up in a nice spot.
First down and 10, West Lyon Wildcats with the ball spotted on their own 28-yard line. 5:40 left to play in the first half. Gramstead lines up under center, power formation in the backfield behind him as Gramstead barks it out, takes a snap, hands left side, nothing doing there for the tailback Sterner as the Lion defensive line holds and plugs it up quickly.
Yeah, going to give him about a yard gain on that one. That was Colton Buss right there, the defensive end. He did a great job reading that. He came straight up the field off the end, saw it was a run to the inside, and just crashed down the line of scrimmage, able to take the play away from him and only give him a yard.
29-yard line. It will be a second down and 9 for West Lyon with the ball spotted on their own 29-yard line as we approach 5 minutes left to play in the first half. On second and 9, power formation in the backfield behind Gramstead. Gramstead takes a snap, hands right side, and the Lions are there right away to bring the ball carrier down. They will give forward progress to the 33-yard line. Pick up a 4 on the play for the carrier, Sterner. Pardon me, that was
Erickson.
Gage Erickson.
I do like the way the Lions are playing out there, though, Jay, is they're matching physicality. And if you think back of the last couple years playing West Lyon, granted that was a way different football team for the Wildcats. The Lions just were out-physicaled each and every time up and down the field. But I think on this game so far, the Lions have really been playing tough, and they've been matching that physicality.
Third down and 5. West Lyon with the ball on their own 33. Looked like a false start on the right tackle for West Lyon. No call made. Counter over the left side, and the Lions going to stand it up. Well, now the ball carrier able to drag the pile forward a little bit. It looked like it was Mason Maurer on the carry. They will spot it, though, at the 37-yard line, so it will be a 4th and 1 for West Lyon.
Yeah, Maurer did a nice job there. He was hit. He jumped over the pile, got the yard, but able to keep his feet and falling forward to get them close to the first down marker.
4th down and 1, and an official's timeout on the field with the ball spotted on the 37. Looks like they're going to call for a measurement with 3:48 left to play in the first half. 12-10, the advantage for West Lyon over Central Lyon George Little Rock. Joel, pretty much everything you expect to see for the opening game of the season. We've seen a lot of mistakes. We've seen some physical football. And, we've seen some big plays. That's just about everything you see on opening night every year.
Well, and when you talk about the Beef Bowl, we've seen a lot of strong hitting, too. Both teams have tried to run the ball up the middle, and both teams have been able to meet the running backs there. And nobody's backing away from contact, and that's what you like to see in the first game.
4th down and inches for West Lyon. It looks like the Wildcats going to bring the punt team on, or at least give a punt formation look, as Lorenzen will line up deep back on his own 25-yard line. Lions will line up in the return formation. Now the returners are being called up, as Lorenzen awaits the snap. Gets the snap, rolls out right in a rugby-style kick. Nice high end-over-end punt. Will take a hop at the Lion 31, roll inside the 20, and down at the 14-yard line of Central Lyon George Little Rock. Lions will get the ball back with 3:27 left to play in the first half, and a 12-10 advantage for West Lyon over Central Lyon George Little Rock here in the 13th annual Lyon County Beef Bowl tonight at Dicknall Field in Rock Rapids. Once again, along with Joel Viss, I am Jay Kelly. Glad to be with you here tonight. And Joel, they're all tied at 6 apiece since it's been called the Beef Bowl. The winner will get the advantage here tonight in Beef Bowl trophies, at least. Nagel in the shotgun, 1st and 10 for the Lions. Quarterback keep around the left side. Nagel with some good blocking, and he'll pull the pile forward across the 20 to about the 21-yard line. A pickup of close to 6 on 1st down.
Yeah, right out at the 20-yard line for Lucas, and that was a good, strong run for him. I like the play call as well. With 3 minutes to go, don't want to get too fancy there, because if you're throwing the ball over the field, you're throwing incomplete passes, you give the ball back to the Wildcats with a chance to score. You want to be able to move the ball down the field, and if nothing else, at least burn off most of the clock as well.
Nagel in the shotgun on 2nd and 4. Pass over the middle is knocked down at the line of scrimmage, and 3rd down coming up as the clock will stop on the incomplete pass with 2:52 left in the first half.
Yeah, Drew Clarenbeek, the defensive end for the Wildcats, came through, knew he wasn't going to get there, and saw Nagel just drop back to pass, and gets up in the pass lane, knocks it down, and that's tough, man. For a defensive lineman, you know he wants to catch that, but a good job of knocking it down anyway.
Nagel in the shotgun, 3rd down and 4 for the Lions on their own 21. And Nagel takes the snap, takes the hand, and fakes the handoff. Quarterback keep up the middle. Nagel has the 1st down and more. Carries out to the 30-yard line, and the Lions will move the chains.
Another big run there, and that's credited to the nice hole there that he's got being opened up there by the offensive lineman. And they're getting a nice gap out there. The Wildcat defensive linemen are going to the right side, and then Lucas just running head of steam downhill.
On 1st down and 10, Nagel will quarterback keep again over the right side this time, out to the 32 for a pickup of a couple.
You know, and that's one of those things where Lucas is going right ahead. You know, when you get a couple good runs out of him and he starts to feel it, you got to keep him going.
2nd down and 8 for the Lions. Ball spotted on their own 32. Nagel dropping back to pass, looking deep down the left sideline for Hymanson, who's there and makes the catch at the 30-yard line of West Lyon. He's brought down at the 25-yard line of the Wildcats, and Zed Hymanson comes up with the big play. Will Coy on coverage, and Hymanson just got a step on him.
53-yard catch there for Zed Hymanson, and the Lions aren't wasting time. They're going to hurry up on the ball. They want to keep the momentum rolling.
1st down and 10 on the Wildcat 25. Nagel in the shotgun, dropping back to pass. Over the middle, here's Carter Kroll at the 20 and dragged out of bounds at about the 18-yard line. Clock will stop with 2:02 left to play in the first half. Lions trail it 12-10, but threatening once again.
Yeah, once again doing a nice job there, moving it down the field. Just quick plays, quick little hitter plays, and trying to carry that momentum and trying to keep West Lyon on their heels, not letting them set up and get their defense ready to go.
Ball spotted on the 19 of West Lyon. Nagel in the shotgun, takes a snap, quick pass, right side. There's Kroll, gets a block, 15 to the 10, and inside the 10 at the 9-yard line of West Lyon. The Lions will have a 1st down and goal.
Lions once again inside. This is where we saw them struggle a little bit on that last drive. They got inside the 9, had 1st and goal, and couldn't finish it up, had to kick the field goal. And the Wildcats, once again, they're going to slow things down. It's hot, it's humid, and they're resting on their knees, and the Wildcats want to talk it over.
Ball actually going to be spotted on the 8-yard line of West Lyon. So 1:56 left to play in the first half. 12-10, West Lyon with the advantage on Central Lyon George Little Rock. But the Lions marching right down the field and threatening. They'll have the ball 1st down and goal from the West Lyon 8-yard line. A knockdown drag out here in the 13th Annual Lyon County Beef Bowl. Glad to have you along with us at Dicknall Field in Rock Rapids. He is Joel Viss. I am Jay Kelly. We're with you for another fun season of Lyon football. I believe this makes season number 13 for Joel and I. So lucky number 13 for us, too.
Well, you and I have been around for 13. I got another year on you.
Right, yes, yeah.
I was here before that, but, you know, we were the lucky ones. We came in together and brought the spark to that state title game.
Right, of course.
You know,
we'll take all the credit for that.
That's right. Not all them guys are old and employed. We can take credit for that.
Back in the year 2006, of course, our first year together and the Lions State Championship season. First down and goal from the West Lyon 8-yard line. Nagel in the shotgun, calls it out, takes a snap, and a counter over the right side to Bandit top. Big hole, and Tanner will walk in for the Lion touchdown with 1:50 left to play in the first half. The Lions are on the board once again.
8-yard run, and once again, just some fantastic blocking up front there, Jay Kelly. The offensive line, they struggled a little bit early in that first quarter. They were letting West Lyon just guess right. They were jumping into the backfield, and they were really blowing us up. But it took us a couple plays to get comfortable, see what they're doing. And our offensive line is really gelling right now, and they're opening up some nice holes.
Extra point attempt coming up from Carter Krall as the swinging gate will move in from the left. We've got Dylan Van Berkom taking care of the holding duties. I know that much. As we
Trey Murray is the long snapper.
Okay, Murray on the snap. Looks like the Lions moved a little early. For what it was worth, the extra point was good. However, the Lions moving on the right side of the offensive line with 1:50 left to play in the first half. Now a 16-12 advantage for Central Lyon George Little Rock, and the point after attempt going to become a field goal now for Carter Krall.
Well, and the tough part there is we were a little bit off on that one. They actually jumped off sides, got back, and then we moved. If we would have moved at the same time that they jumped across, we would have got credit for them drawing away there, and we would have probably had it on the 1.5 and probably be going for 2.
Looks like a 25-yard field goal now for the extra point attempt. The snap from Murray is good. The hold is down. The kick is up, and the extra point, I believe it is still good. Yes, it is. 1:50 left to play in the first half. 17-12. Central Lyon George Little Rock with the lead on West Lyon. It is the 13th annual Lyon County Beef Bowl right here on the Central Lyon Broadcast Network.
But I literally didn't see your text.
Pizza Ranch legends.
Like
the husband who didn't text back about supper.
Probably near a text dead zone. You've heard of a text dead zone, right?
It's only a legend, but just in case, there's all kinds of husband didn't text back about supper flavor at Pizza Ranch.
I'm totally getting taco pizza!
There's all kinds of that at Pizza Ranch.
Back at Dicknall Field in Rock Rapids, along with Joel Viss, I'm Jay Kelly. 1:50 left to play in the first half, and Central Lyon George Little Rock with the lead on West Lyon. 17-12 here tonight in the 13th annual Lyon County Beef Bowl. Following the 8-yard touchdown run from Tanner Van Top, ensuing kickoff coming up from Carter Krall, a high end-over-end kick going to be fielded by Maurer at the 7-yard line. To the 10, to the 15, to the 20, to the 25, to the 30, and brought down, at the 29-yard line, I should say, is where Maurer will be brought down. So a first down and at 10 for the West Lyon Wildcats. And we'll see what the Wildcats elect to do here with no timeouts left and 1:43 left in the first half.
That was a good return there by Maurer. He caught it inside the 10-yard line, had to run away from it, caught it by the sidelines, starts working his way back to the middle, and the Lions on the coverage team kind of broke down in their lanes a little bit, opening up some spots for him and able to get out near the 30-yard line.
First down and 10 for the Wildcats from their own 29. Gramstead will line up in the shotgun, single receiver to each side. As Gramstead takes a snap, the hand on the counter to Meyer. Meyer around right end, and Meyer will be brought down at the 35-yard line, make it the 37. They're going to say he stayed in bounds, so the clock will continue to move.
Yeah, Carter Krall able to get up there a little bit high tackling, especially on a guy like Logan Meyer. You can't wrap him up around the shoulder pads. and you're going to have to get lower instead of giving him an 8-yard gain.
2nd down and 3 for the Cats as Gramstead takes a snap, dropping back to pass. Screen pass set up left side. Nicely played by, I believe that was Lucas Nagel, knocking it down as the Lions all bit on that on the defensive line, but Nagel was able to get the arms up.
Yeah, we got burned on that one earlier in the ball game too, and they got a big gainer on a screen pass against us. That time Lucas, using his height and his arms to his advantage, gets up or gets just enough of the ball to knock it incomplete. 3rd down and 3 for West Lyon with the ball spotted on their own 37-yard line. 1:15 left to play in the first half. Lions lead it 17-12. Gramstead in the shotgun. Calling it out, long snap count, takes a snap, hands to Meyer up the middle. Nothing doing there as the Lions got through right up front on the defensive line. I believe that was Jarrett Foster coming through. Actually, it was Caden
Huseman coming through. Wow, nice play.
It's good to see Caden Huseman getting that in there. You know, it was questionable whether he was going to be able to even play tonight as, first of all, he had an injury this summer, come through that and gets okay, but then in the first part of camp, had a rolled ankle out there, had a really bad sore ankle. We weren't sure if he's going to be ready to go, but he told me yesterday he was ready to play, and out there he showed it.
Ball spotted on the West Lyon 35 following the loss of yards. Lions call a quick timeout. 1:06 is what will be left on the clock here in the first half. Lions lead it 17-12. Should be getting the ball back here, as you imagine West Lyon will be punting deep in their own territory.
Yeah, Wildcats will punt this one away, and they've got a pretty good punter out there. We haven't gotten any good punt returns as of yet there, but this would be a great time to bust one, whether it's Telford or it's Carter. Either one of them guys have the ability, if they can get under it and give them some room, get us out across to that midfield marker with a minute to go, and we can take a few shots. Otherwise, if they don't get a return here, they get pinned deep. You expect the Lions to just kind of sit on it and go into the half with the lead.
Gavin Lorenzen, the junior, stands at 5'9", 155 pounds. He is the punter for West Lyon, standing back on his own 24-yard line. As Lorenzen calls for the snap, snap is good and gets a high end over spiraling punt. And it looks like the Lions are just going to let it go. Krull fields it off the hop at the 26 and brought down at the 28-yard line. 57 seconds left to play in the first half. Lions lead it 17-12. They do have one timeout in their back pocket, and we'll see what they elect to do here.
You know, I can see here if you're the Lions, you're going to take a shot down the sidelines, maybe look for Zed Hymanson and see if you can get a big shot there and then get down the field. If you don't hit him, I see us going back to the run and then just pushing the clock out.
Nagel in the shotgun, trip receivers right, single to the left as Nagel drops back. Hit as he throws for Carter Krull, and it will be nearly intercepted but dropped as Krull moves to defense. Pardon me, that was Krull. Moving to defense as the interception was nearly corralled at the 50-yard line.
I think Lucas had his arm hit on that play, and the ball just kind of wobbled in the air, went over top of Carter. And the safety had a good shot at it, but like I said, Carter became the defender and does a good job of tackling him and knocking it down.
51 seconds left in the first half. Clock is stopped. Nagel in the shotgun, 2nd and 10 from the Lion 28. Nagel takes a snap, rolls out right side, lets it go down the sideline, overthrows everybody complete, and with 45 seconds left in the first half, clock will stop once again. 17-12, Central Lyon George Little Rock with the lead on West Lyon. It is the 13th annual Lyon County Beef Bowl, 3rd down and 10 coming up for the Lions with the ball on the 28-yard line. You have to imagine the Lions just going to sit on it here, Joel.
Well, the hard part about that, though, is with 45 seconds to go, even if we run the ball here, there's still going to be time left on the clock and going to be tough. We're going to have to punt the ball away on 4th down.
Play clock is inside of 10 seconds. Lions are looking to the sidelines, and it looks like the Lions going to use that last timeout right now with 45 seconds left on the clock here in the first half. He just scored on an 8-yard touchdown run, giving the Lions the lead back. Tanner Vandentop, he's going to be joining us coming up at the half here tonight in the Lions Den. Our senior spotlight coming up at the half tonight. Tanner Vandentop will be joining us on the halftime show here tonight. One of the senior captains. We love seeing him both on the offensive and defensive sides of the ball and just on the field in general. As Joel, tough break last year for Tanner, injured in the preseason and had to miss the whole year.
Yeah, he's a really good kid. He's got a great head on his shoulders. He's very smart, and he showed that in the fact that we trusted him to be a middle linebacker as a sophomore. He started as a sophomore, and a tough break for him to lose that junior year out there. But he was one of them kids on the sidelines that he worked with the other kids. He was always upbeat, had a great attitude, and stayed positive through everything. And now it's his time to shine as a senior.
45 seconds left to play in this first half. 17-12. Central Lyon George Little Rock with the lead, and the Lions with a 3rd and 10 from their own 28. Nagel in the shotgun, takes a snap. Quarterback keep up the middle, breaks it out left side, and he'll be brought down at the 32-yard line inbounds. Nice job by Nagel staying inbounds, and the Lions will try to salt away as much of the clock as they possibly can before having to punt it away here. It looks like we will have... Actually, the Lions will be able to just fall on the ball here as there's 20 seconds left on the play clock, 20 on the game clock, 22 on the play clock. So the Lions will just be able to salt it away, and the clock will run out on half number 1 here tonight at Dick Null Field in Rock Rapids. At the end of the first half of play, it is the 13th annual Lyon County Beef Bowl. The teams all tied at 6 Beef Bowl titles apiece. The winner is going to break that tie here tonight, and at the half, Central Lyon George Little Rock with the advantage over West Lyon by a score of 17-12. Stay tuned. We'll have the halftime show when we continue our live coverage of the 13th annual Lyon County Beef Bowl from Dick Null Field in Rock Rapids right here on the Central Lyon Broadcasting Network.
Central Lyon Community School District, setting the standard for success. Here at Central Lyon, we have a tradition of excellence and take pride in our quality education. Central Lyon has undergone many changes over the years, but our mission has remained the same: to provide an education and the opportunity for all students to become productive, lifelong learners. Our rich history combines with our state-of-the-art facilities to give students the best of both worlds. Our students have access to the newest technology, dedicated teachers, and a community that supports our efforts. Central Lyon Community School District, setting the standard for success.
Frontier Bank is more than a bank. We're a community. Banking locally with Frontier Bank means that your money circulates within the community, funding small business lending and benefiting our local citizens, farmers, and neighborhoods. Frontier Bank is a community bank with leading-edge technology, including interactive teller machines and mobile deposits. Keep your deposits local and our community strong with Frontier Bank.
Farmers, it's harvest time, and let's face it, things are quite different this year. Are you worried that your yields are down, but your production costs will keep rising? Let DeNoble & Company, PC, certified public accountants in Rock Rapids and Laverne, relieve some of your stress by working with you to minimize your taxes and maximize your return. Call DeNoble & Company today for more information on end-of-the-year tax planning. We are a stable, reliable company with the security of experience and the energy of youth.
But I literally didn't see your text.
Pizza Ranch legends.
Like
the husband who didn't text back about supper.
Probably near a text dead zone. You've heard of a text dead zone, right?
It's only a legend, but just in case, there's all kinds of husband didn't text back about supper flavor at Pizza Ranch.
I'm totally getting taco pizza!
There's all kinds of that at Pizza Ranch.
Make your move to the largest orthopedic physician team in the region, Avera Orthopedics.
Small town values will never fade. Always finding a familiar face. A long lost friend with a helpful hand. Picking right up where you left off again. It's your hometown bank. In your own backyard. With people that you trust. It's the way you like to live. It's the way you like to bank.
Premier Bank, member FDIC.
Back at the half at Dicknall Field in Rock Rapids, the 13th annual Lyon County Beef Bowl, along with Joel Viss. I'm Jay Kelly, and the score at the half, Central Lyon George Little Rock with the 5-point advantage on West Lyon by a score of 17-12 at the half here tonight. And Joel, the first half that was marred by mistakes on both sides. You saw some big plays on both sides, and of course plenty of physical football. That's just about anything and everything you're going to get out of a Beef Bowl, no matter what season it is.
Yeah, I think if you're the Central Lyon George Little Rock and Coach Eben, you got to be happy with the way your team played. Yeah, you gave up 6 out there. You also gave up a big touchdown run. But other than those 2 big plays, your defense has held this West Lyon offense in check, and your offense has moved the ball up and down the field. Whether we had a short field or a long field, we were able to get down the field, move it down the field, and do some really nice things out there. A lot of positives coming out of that first half of football for CLGLR, and there's a lot of things that they can build on, and it's nice to have a few of those mistakes that you can go in there and say, hey, we just need to shore these things up, guys. We're doing all right. Shore these things up, and we're going to be okay. We're going to go win the second half. If you're the Wildcats, as the rain begins to start falling here over the field, the Wildcats out there, they've had their struggles out there. They're struggling to move the ball down the field. Defensively, they're giving up some stuff to the Lions, and it's going to be something. They're going to have to make lots of changes out there for the Wildcats at the half.
Well, I am positively clueless where this rain shower came from, as the rain just started to bolt down here on Dicknall Field in Rock Rapids. So the rain coming out of nowhere here tonight as just all of a sudden decided to fall here at Dicknall Field in Rock Rapids at the half. 17-12, that is the score. Central Lyon George Little Rock with the lead on West Lyon in the 13th annual Lyon County Beef Bowl here tonight. Coming up on the halftime show, we'll have the senior spotlight, take a trip inside the Lions Den and get together with one of the Lion captains for the 2018 season. That would be senior Tanner Vandentop. Tanner will be joining Joel when we return on the halftime show from Dicknall Field in Rock Rapids. This is Lion football on the Central Lyon Broadcast Network.
Central Lyon, setting the standard for success.
Here at Central Lyon, we offer equal opportunities in a fun learning environment.
Students K through 12 participate in a wide variety of activities in and out of the classroom.
Teachers here at Central Lyon go the extra mile to help students achieve their academic goals.
Central Lyon, setting the standard for success.
And we welcome you back to another edition of Central Lyon George Little Rock football. And once again here at the half, we are joined inside the Lions Den, where each and every week we get together with a Central Lyon George Little Rock football player and get to know them a little bit what's behind the helmet and behind the pads. Today we're being joined by senior captain Tanner Vandentop. Tanner, thanks for joining us.
Thank you for having me.
Well, Tanner, let's talk about it. People know about it. We've seen you on the field as a sophomore, a promising starter at middle linebacker. As a junior, you blow out your knee and have to go to the sidelines. Tell us a little bit about what that was like, going from being a starter to being on the sidelines, and what your role was.
No, I was a sophomore. Didn't know really what I was getting into, but at the end of the season, I felt really good. Felt really good about coming into my junior year. When it happened, and just heartbroken, and just being on the sideline, wanting to play every game. Just heartbreaking for me.
But you took on that role, and throughout last year, you were kind of a coach out there and a mentor to some of those kids there on the sidelines. We saw you out there each and every week still.
Yeah, Jeremiah, he he didn't know what he was doing at all. So I was like, I better tell him, just guide him through it and help everyone else, just push him.
Well, now we come into your senior year. The knee is healthy.
Yep.
Knee is ready to go. 100% healthy, ready to go. That's what Mom wants to hear out there. We're getting ready for your senior. What are some things that you're looking forward to in this senior year?
Senior year, obviously state championship. That's beyond goals. But you got to set goals first game. That's the main goal. Keep on, you got to win each and every game. You try your hardest. Just play every game to its fullest.
Well, we're going to see you out there on that football field. We're going to say your name a lot, we hope. And tell us a little bit about the positions you're going to play this year and what are some of the roles out there?
I'll be starting middle linebacker, captain of the defense. I'll get all the play calls in, and I'll tell them to the defensive linemen and the safeties. And also, what I'll be doing last year, I'm starting running back and just blowing through the holes.
Making some blocks and getting the ball a few times if you can. Well, let's take you off the football field. Let's bring you into the classroom here. A senior here at Central Lyon. Tell us a little bit about some of the class load you're going to be taking.
Well, I'm taking a couple math classes. I got some science classes, physics, and I'm also fine arts, choir, and there's a couple college classes I'm taking.
So you're taking a couple college classes, starting to prep yourself for beyond high school. So that's a good thing to go into too. What are some of the future plans for you?
I plan on going to college 2 or 4 years, hopefully going to play football, but I haven't decided what I'm going to do yet.
Okay, well obviously we know you're a football player, but definitely involved in lots of other things. You talked about choir out there as well. What are some of the other things that you're involved in outside of the football field?
I'm in international club, also jazz choir, swing choir, and international club.
A couple sports other than football?
Basketball and track.
Basketball and track, yep. And an accomplished racer as well.
Oh yeah, figure eight racing. I love it.
Well, bud, let's talk about you're a senior captain for this football team. That's a great honor to be elected a captain. Means you're respected by a lot of your teammates out there. So as a senior and the captain, what are some of the things that you can tell these younger kids as they come through the program, or the kids that are even smaller coming up and getting into CLGLR football?
It's a tradition. You gotta have fun, and play each play like your last.
Well, bud, let's talk about this. It's your senior year. You've gone through it. You've seen it all. You've worked through injuries. You've been a younger player. Now you've been a varsity player. Now you're a senior. What are maybe some of the things you might miss, or what are some of your favorite parts of being a part of this team?
I'm going to miss the coaches. This year has been the best time of my life. And just being around each and every players, it's like family.
Well, Tanner, we appreciate you spending some time with us this week. We wish you the best of luck.
All right, thank you.
Frontier Bank is more than a bank. We're a community. Banking locally with Frontier Bank means that your money circulates within the community, funding small business lending and benefiting our local citizens, farmers, and neighborhoods. Frontier Bank is a community bank with leading-edge technology, including interactive teller machines and mobile deposits. Keep your deposits local and our community strong with Frontier Bank.
Farmers, it's harvest time, and let's face it, things are quite different this year. Are you worried that your yields are down, but your production costs will keep rising? Let DeNoble & Company, PC, certified public accountants in Rock Rapids and Laverne, relieve some of your stress by working with you to minimize your taxes and maximize your return. Call DeNoble & Company today for more information on end-of-the-year tax planning. We are a stable, reliable company with the security of experience and the energy of youth.
Make your move to the largest orthopedic physician team in the region, Avera Orthopedics.
But I literally didn't see your text.
Pizza Ranch legends.
Like
The
I was
husband who didn't text back about supper.
probably near a text dead zone. You've heard of a text dead zone, right?
It's only a legend, but just in case, there's all kinds of husband didn't text back about supper flavor at Pizza Ranch.
I'm totally getting taco pizza!
There's all kinds of that at Pizza Ranch.
Small town values will never fade. Always finding a familiar face. A long lost friend with a helpful hand. Picking right up where you left off again. It's your hometown bank. In your own backyard. With people that you trust. It's the way you like to live. It's the way you like to bank.
Premier Bank, member FDIC.
Back at Dick Knoll Field in Rock Rapids, along with Joel Viss, I'm Jay Kelly. 17-12, Central Lyon George Little Rock with the lead on West Lyon. The 13th annual Lyon County Beef Bowl at the half here tonight as we get set for the start of the second half. As you can see, both teams out on the field going through their stretches, getting set for the second half of football. And an unexpected visitor in the half here at Dick Knoll Field come in the form of rainfall, Joel.
Well, and not just a rainfall, a good rainfall. It's still coming down pretty steady out there as you look off into the lights. It was coming down really hard during the halftime session, so it has lightened up a little bit, but still rain out there coming down pretty steady. Gonna make things interesting out there, Jay, and that could really change things here in the second half. It just takes a slippery ball to come out a few times, and that can really change the momentum for each one of these teams.
Well, like you said, Joel, a slick surface on top of everything, you know, with it being the first game of the season and all. We already saw a few turnovers in the first half when the field was dry, so now this is just going to complicate things with the wet field on top of everything else.
Well, and the other thing about this is the nice part about this is when you have a lead like 17-12 for the Lions, they're going to be able to take the ball and try and sit on it and try and use that if they can keep that to their advantage, you know, and if they can get a score and go up by 2 scores and make West Lyon try some things, make West Lyon do things that's out of their comfort zone, maybe go out of the room, that's when you cause those turnovers, especially in a game like this. So the Lions, it would be big time in their advantage if they can come out and score first here in the second half and extend their lead and really put the pressure on the Wildcats to try and do something.
Well, West Lyon will get the ball to start the things off in the second half of the 13th annual Lyon County Beef Bowl. Once again, as we said, all tied at 6 apiece in the season series between these two teams. As far as since it's been called the Lyon County Beef Bowl, at least, all tied at 6 wins apiece, and certainly it's been 3 seasons, well, 2 seasons since Central Lyon George Little Rock has been able to take it home. West Lyon has won it each of the last 2 seasons, and going away, I might add as well, Joel, going away, have the Wildcats won it each of the past 2 seasons. 17-12, the lead for Central Lyon George Little Rock over West Lyon at the half here tonight at Dick Knoll Field in Rock Rapids. Stay tuned. We'll have our second half kickoff when we return. This is Lyon. Second half kickoff is in the air, and we are underway. And right away, the second half kickoff is dropped at the 25-yard line, and back to the 20 is the return man Gage Erickson for the West Lyon Wildcats. So right away, we have a drop on the opening kickoff of half number 2, and West Lyon will take over first down and 10 with the ball spotted on their own 21-yard line. Make it the 22-yard line where the Wildcats will start from.
Wildcats are going to start on that 22-yard line, Jay. We'll see how well the rain can come into effect. It definitely has an advantage if you're a running team, which the Wildcats normally are. But you got some young kids out there, and will that experience come into play here during this rain forecast as well?
First down and 10 for West Lyon from their own 22. Gramstad under center, takes a snap, hands up the middle to Meyer, and Meyer brought down after a 2-yard pickup up to the 24-yard line. Something to watch here. The right tackle for West Lyon moves his head before the snap just about every time.
Yeah, and that's going to be something that the Lions are definitely going to pay attention to. And you know that Coach Evans noticing that he knows when he twitches that head, they can maybe time the snap count, and that'll help the Lion defense get in the backfield a little bit quicker.
Second down and 8 for West Lyon. The ball spotted on their own 24-yard line. Gramstad under center. Calls it out. Long count, takes a snap, dropping back to pass. Gramstad looking over the right side and has a man there. Catch is made at the 38 across the 40. Out to the 44-yard line is the tight end, Caleb Heiser, for a West Lyon first down.
Wow, no shocker when a Heiser makes a catch here for the Wildcats. They're used to hearing a name like that. And a nice job of there getting right behind the linebackers and in front of the safeties. And an easy little drop pass there for a first down.
Ball spotted on the West Lyon 45-yard line. First down and 10 for the Wildcats. 11:04 left to play in the third quarter. Well, the Lions left the tee out from the second half kickoff, so that's the reason for the official timeout. The tee has been thrown back to the Lions sidelines. First down and 10, Gramstad under center, power formation behind him as Gramstad takes a snap. Hands over the left side. This goes to Sterner, and Sterner will be brought down to the 50-yard line, a pickup of 5 on first down.
You know, and that's something we saw, too, early in the first quarter. The Wildcats got some good pushes up front, Jay, and they were able to move the ball a little bit on us. But as the first quarter burned down and then move it into the second quarter, the Lions had the endurance there and were able to take advantage.
Second down and 5 for the Wildcats. Ball spotted right about midfield on the 50-yard line. Gramstad under center, power formation behind him, calls it out, takes a snap, hands over the right side, and the carry to the 47-yard line of Central Lyon George Little Rock for Gage Erickson.
Yeah, a 3-yard carry. They're going to be set up third down and 2. Big time here for the Lions. Need to get in the backfield here. A negative play would be just absolutely huge right now. If you get a negative play, you might force the Wildcats to punt the ball. If the Wildcats get 0 to maybe a yard, they're definitely going to probably go for it.
Third down and 2 for the Cats on the Lion 47-yard line. Gramstad will hand to Erickson left side. Erickson pushes across the 45 up to the 44, and he'll have the Wildcat first down.
3 yards in a cloud of dust there for Erickson out there. He just puts the head down and drives through the defensive line of the Lions and gets anything he needs there to move the chains there. And the Wildcats looking good here on their opening drive of the third quarter.
17-12, Central Lyon George Little Rock with the lead. 9:38 left in the third quarter. Clock on the move. First and 10 for West Lyon. The ball spotted on the 44 of CLGLR. Quarterback keep around the right side for Gramstad, and he'll carry out to the 39, make it the 38-yard line, and a pickup of 6 on first down.
Yeah, Gramstad, good tough runner there. He come over the right side there, broke through the initial tackle, and picked up about 5 more yards before Carter Krall could get up there and bring him down.
9:13 left to play in quarter number 3, 17-12. Central Lyon George Little Rock with the lead on West Lyon. Second down and 4 coming up for the West Lyon Wildcats. Opening possession of the second half. Ball spotted on the 38 of CLGLR. Gramstead in the shotgun, takes a snap, dropping back under pressure, will roll out to his right side, has some blockers inside the 30, and carries down to the 24-yard line. Another first down for the Wildcats, and the Cats are moving the ball here on the opening offensive possession of half number 2.
You know, and that wasn't a planned run on that one. The Lions got some good pressure in the backfield. Wildcats wanted to throw on that, but very smart by Gramstead to take off and run, find the seam up there. Lions on the sidelines looking for a holding call out there, but not going to get it.
First down and 10, West Lyon from the Central Lyon George Little Rock 23. Gramstead in the shotgun, Meyer to his right as Gramstead barks it out, takes a snap, dropping back to pass, looking left side in the flat, has a man open, and that is Heiser again. Heiser makes the catch inside the 10-yard line down to the 9, and West Lyon going to be set up with a first down and goal.
Yeah, Wildcats are doing everything right out there. They made some great adjustments at the half, and they're really pushing the ball down the field right now, Jay, and Lions are going to have to make some adjustments of their own and try and step up.
First down and goal, ball spotted right on the 10-yard line of Central Lyon George Little Rock. Lions lead the Wildcats by 5, 17-12. Wildcats are threatening. Gramstead in the shotgun, hand Meyer up the middle, and Meyer will walk into the end zone for the West Lyon touchdown with 8:01 left to play in the third quarter. The opening drive of the second half for West Lyon results in 6, and the Wildcats with the lead back at 18-17.
Very impressive drive there for the Wildcats. They just kind of picked the Lions defense apart, moved it down the field, and then a 10-yard touchdown run. Logan Meyer, his second touchdown of the ball game, over 100 yards already in this game here in the third quarter. Wildcats with the lead once again, and it looks like they're going to go for 2 one more time.
2-point conversion attempt coming up from the Cats. Gramstead under center, power formation in the backfield behind him. Gramstead takes a snap, dropping back to pass under pressure. He'll be sacked, brought down by big Colton Buss on the 2-point conversion attempt. 8:01 left to play in the third quarter, 18-17. West Lyon leading Central Lyon George Little Rock. It is the 13th annual Lyon County Beef Bowl on the Central Lyon Broadcast Network.
Frontier Bank is more than a bank. We're a community. Banking locally with Frontier Bank means that your money circulates within the community, funding small business lending and benefiting our local citizens, farmers, and neighborhoods. Frontier Bank is a community bank with leading-edge technology, including interactive teller machines and mobile deposits. Keep your deposits local and our community strong with Frontier Bank.
Welcome back to Dicknall Field in Rock Rapids. Along with Joel Viss, I'm Jay Kelly. 8:01 left to play in quarter number 3, 18-17. West Lyon with the lead on Central Lyon George Little Rock. And the 13th annual Lyon County Beef Bowl here tonight at Dicknall Field in Rock Rapids. 10-yard touchdown run for Logan Meyer, the latest score for the West Lyon Wildcats, giving the Cats the lead right back and a 1-point advantage. Isaac Bruggeman with the ensuing kickoff, gives the ball the boot, and fielded by Telford at the 11 to the 15 to the 20, 25, 30, and carries out to the 33-yard line. Central Lyon George Little Rock starting with good field position once again.
Yeah, Telford has looked really good on these kickoffs all night long, and giving the Lions good starting field position again. Lions got to come out there. That was the first, that was probably the best offensive drive for the Wildcats on the game. Lions need to come out here now and answer and show that they're not rattled by that and match the score.
First down and 10 for the Lions. Ball spotted on their own 33. Nagel in the shotgun. Quarterback keep right up the middle, and Nagel will carry to about the 35, a pickup of close to 2 on first down.
Lucas Nagel's just having an all-around really nice game on the night right now. Has about 40 yards rushing, has over 200 through the air, and has really mixed it up nicely and been able to pick his spots and find his openings out there, and it would be nice to get him rolling again.
Second down and 8 for the Lions. Ball spotted on their own 35. Nagel from the shotgun rolls out right side. Look at the pass in the flat. He's got Metzger at the 40, 45, 50, and out of bounds. Austin Metzger with the grab, and they'll mark him out right at the midfield stripe as the Lions move the chains.
Yeah, another 15-yard completion there for Nagel, finding Austin Metzger over the middle of the field. That was great to see him do that. And had Carter crawl a little bit deeper, but a little bit more covered, so does a good job of finding the right guy.
Lions with 1st and 10 at midfield. Pump fake, short pass, left side. Now deep for Hymanson, underthrown and picked off by the West Lyon Wildcats. Coming up with it is Gavin Lorenzen, and Lorenzen will take it all the way back into Lyon territory, knocked out of bounds at the 36-yard line of Central Lyon George Little Rock.
And the Lions starting the third quarter like they did the first quarter with some costly turnovers out there, just throwing the jump ball up there wildly underthrown, and an easy interception for the Wildcats, but not just the interception, the huge return for Lorenzen to bring it all the way back into Lyon territory.
7:04 left to play in the third quarter, 18-17, the advantage, West Lyon over Central Lyon George Little Rock. And now the Lion defense behind the 8-ball in their own territory has to come up with a stand here. First down and 10 for the Wildcats. Ball spotted on the CLGLR 36. Gramstead in the shotgun. Meyer standing to his left. Trip receivers left as well. Gramstead takes a snap, rolling out to the left side. Lions stretch it out slightly, but Gramstead is able to get some forward progress up to the 31-yard line for a pickup of close to 5. While they mark him back at the 33 where the knee went down, but still 4 yards on the carry.
Yeah, nice carry once again. Lions defense did a pretty good job of stretching that play out, just couldn't quite get in the backfield to get a hit on Gramstead. And he does a nice job of waiting for the hole to open up, then gets downfield for that nice pickup.
Second down and 6 for the Wildcats. Trip receivers right. Gramstead in the shotgun. Meyer to his left. Gramstead takes a snap, hands to Meyer right up the middle, and a collision at the 30-yard line as the Lions come up with the stop. They'll mark it at the 29 officially. And a third down and about 3 coming up for West Lyon.
Yeah, that was a nice job to step up in the hole and break down on Logan Meyer. Logan Meyer is just such a big guy. And he just puts the shoulder down, runs right over top of him, falling forward, and picking up another yard after the tackle.
Inside of 6 minutes left to play in quarter number 3, 18-17. The lead for West Lyon over Central Lyon George Little Rock. Third down and 3. Gramstead from the shotgun takes a snap, fakes the hand to Meyer. Quarterback keep around left end. Gramstead has some room to roam and tiptoes the sidelines out of bounds at the 19-yard line or so. Picking up a first down for the Wildcats.
Yeah, another nice gainer there for Gramstead. He's really starting to get his feel for the game, and he struggled a little bit, a little indecisive in the first half, but here in the second half, he's got some good blocking up front for him and some nice holes to run through, but he's making great decisions as well.
First down and 10 for the Wildcats. Ball spotted on the 17 of Central Lyon George Little Rock. Gramstead in the shotgun, calls it out, takes a snap, hands to Meyer. Meyer rolling around right side and bowling over the Lion defenders. Carries down to the 9-yard line. It will be a pickup of 8 yards on first down. And now the Wildcats here in the second half getting the push.
Yeah, Logan Meyer is just a force to be reckoned with. And if you get him where he can start rolling like he is, getting in some openings, but he's going to come off awfully gingerly. He's going to come out of the game. And that could be a big advantage for the Lions as he's going to gimp over to the sidelines and get that ankle looked at.
Second down and 2 for West Lyon. The ball spotted on the 9-yard line of Central Lyon George Little Rock. 18-17. West Lyon with the advantage on CLGLR. 5:05 left to play in the third quarter, and the clock is on the move. Gramstead under center with the power formation behind him on 2nd and 2. Gramstead takes a snap and the hand over the left side to Maurer, and Maurer will carry to about the 8-yard line, and that will set up a third down and short for West Lyon.
Yeah, you're only going to pick up maybe 1 on that play out there, third down and short, and the Lions definitely want to make this a difficult third down. Make a fourth down decision here for the Wildcats. They're obviously going to go for it, but if you can get a negative play here, get them back into a 4th down and 3 situation or so, then they have to think whether they're going to run, pass. They're definitely not going to kick, as we've seen the kicking unit has not been effective at all.
Full house in the backfield behind Gramstead. Third and short, the hand left side, Sterner, and he'll be tripped up at the line of scrimmage, but did fall forward, and I think that's going to be enough to the 6-yard line for the first down. We'll wait and see where it's spotted.
Yeah, going to be just enough there, and Lions broke down there, got in the hole. They were ready for him, and he just did a good job, a little bit of a swim move over top the tackle, and enough to fall forward and pick up the 1 yard that he needed.
First down and a goal for West Lyon. The ball on the Central Lyon George Little Rock 6-yard line. Power formation in the backfield behind Gramstead. Gramstead calls it out. False start on the right guard. No flag on the play. Gramstead rolling out right side. Pitch to Sterner. And he's brought down at the 5-yard line. And the officials missed a big penalty on the offensive line right there.
You know, they haven't called very many. They haven't called, you hate to say that because you don't want to see the officials get into the game too much like that. But those are pretty obvious ones that they're missing. But you haven't seen a holding call or too many false starts here in this game yet.
Second down and goal for West Lyon. The ball spotted on the 5 of Central Lyon George Little Rock. 3:25 left in the third quarter. Clock on the move. Lions trail West Lyon by a score of 18-17. Power formation behind Gramstead in the backfield. Gramstead takes it, hands left side, and the ball carrier on the play is I believe that was it Grant Erickson or Gage Erickson? Yes, yeah. Erickson carried up to the 1-yard line. Pardon me on that. He's going to be stopped just shy of the goal line, so a third down and short coming up for West Lyon on 3rd and goal.
And that was some big effort there by Erickson. He was hit at the line of scrimmage, and just good second effort to keep his legs moving and keep pushing forward. They're actually going to mark him back at the 2 where they say the knee went down.
3rd and goal for West Lyon from the 2 of Central Lyon George Little Rock. Power formation. Gramstead takes the snap, hands Erickson up the middle into the end zone for the West Lyon touchdown with 2:32 left to play in the third quarter. Now a late flag coming in after the play. We'll have to wait and see what the late flag is at the end of the play as the officials stopping everything here.
Well, and you hate to see those because that's usually a frustration penalty coming from the backside judge like that. And they haven't thrown very many flags, and those are the ones you don't want to see out there. And after the play call, and we'll have to see what this does. But the Wildcats, back-to-back touchdowns here to start off the third quarter to take the lead and now extend their lead as we get ready to go here in the third quarter. Lions need to do some adjusting here and make some changes.
Yeah, officials checking with the West Lions sideline on the penalty call, it looks like. 2:32 left to play in the third quarter. 2-yard touchdown run for Erickson. That extends the lead to 24-17 in favor of West Lyon. And we'll wait and see what the Wildcats elect to do here for the point after attempt. Unsportsmanlike on Central Lyon George Little Rock, 15 yards on the kickoff.
And that's what they were discussing with the West Lyon sideline. Did they want to take that penalty on the kick, or if they wanted to use it on the kickoff here? But the Wildcats are going to try for an extra point again, and that hasn't gone so well so far this game. So we'll see what this does.
We're awaiting the snap on the extra point try. It is a good snap. The hold is down. The kick is up, and the extra point is good. 2:32 left to play in the third quarter. 25-17. West Lyon with the lead on Central Lyon George Little Rock. From Dicknall Field in Rock Rapids, this is Lyon football on the Central Lyon Broadcast Network.
Farmers, it's harvest time, and let's face it, things are quite different this year. Are you worried that your yields are down, but your production costs will keep rising? Let DeNoble & Company, PC, certified public accountants in Rock Rapids and Laverne, relieve some of your stress by working with you to minimize your taxes and maximize your return. Call DeNoble & Company today for more information on end-of-the-year tax planning. We are a stable, reliable company with the security of experience and the energy of youth.
Along with Joel Viss, I'm Jay Kelly. Welcome back to Dicknall Field in Rock Rapids. 2:32 left to play in the third quarter. A 25-17 lead for the West Lyon Wildcats over the Central Lyon George Little Rock Lions. A 2-yard touchdown run for Gage Erickson, the Wildcat fullback, his first touchdown of the season. And the latest score for West Lyon as they take advantage of the Luke Nagel interception. Now, following the unsportsmanlike conduct penalty, the kickoff going to be from the 45-yard line of Central Lyon George Little Rock.
And the Wildcats have really come out of the locker room, Jay, here in the third quarter, and they've shown some life out there. They've got back-to-back touchdowns, able to stop the Lions on the defensive side, and now they got an unsportsmanlike conduct. You got to expect the squib kick here and try and pin the Lions deep on this kickoff.
Bruggeman approaches, gives the ball the boot, a low line drive, end-over-end kick. Lions let it just roll out of the end zone and take over on the touchback at the 20-yard line. 1st and 10 for the Lion offense. And Joel, Lions need to regain some control of that line of scrimmage.
Yeah, and they don't need to get nervous. You're down by 8 points here in the third quarter. There's still plenty of time left to go in this game. You've proven that you know how to move the ball down the field against Westline. And the one thing you don't want to get is get in that frantic mode where you think you got to hit the big play and get down the field in a hurry. You want to know that you can put a drive together and just work your offense and go to work and see if you can't put a drive together and try and put this points on the board.
2:32 left in the third quarter. Lions trail it by 8. Nagel in the shotgun, calls it out, takes a snap. Quarterback keep up the middle. Nothing doing there. Nagel will be brought down for a loss of 1 on the play back at the 19-yard line.
Yeah, and right there you can see where that rain has affected the footing out there already as it looked like Lucas was going to cut down the field, right up the middle of the field, and he loses his footing, slips a little bit, and that allowed West Lyon to converge on him, knock him down for a loss.
2nd down and 11 for the Lions from their own 19-yard line. Nagel will line up in the shotgun. Trip receivers wide right, double wings. Metzger in motion left to right. A counter to Vandentop over the left side, and Vandentop will carry out to the 29-yard line, somewhere in that area, and close to 9 yards on the play.
Yeah, that's a nice play. A little misdirection on the Lions. Haven't seen much of that, and they've been going with the power side a lot, and that time they switch and come back to Tanner Vandentop. He gets a big 9-yard carry. 3rd down and short is where the Lions want to be.
3rd and 2, the hand to Vandentop up the middle. Vandentop will be stopped at the line of scrimmage. Might give him a yard on forward progress up to the 30-yard line, but that's about it. So the Lions going to face 4th and short deep in their own territory.
Yeah, and that's a tough break right there. Tanner made a good cut, found the opening, but the Wildcats are able to fill the hole in a hurry. 4th down, and actually they're going to give him enough yards. They're not even going to measure this. They're just going to say 1st down, and that's a great break for the Lions because they would have had to punt.
Ball spotted on the 30 as Nagel takes a snap. Quick pass left side for Metzger. Metzger trying to break off the contact but cannot, as Zed Hymanson's man able to shed the block and get the tackle right at the line of scrimmage.
You know, as good as Hymanson is at going down the field, making some nice jump catches, he's pretty quick and has good hands. Not a very accomplished blocker, and that's something that he needs to work on throughout the season.
Ball spotted on the 29, 2nd and 11 for Central Lyon George Little Rock. Nagel takes a snap, hand to Metzger on the counter, sweep over the right side. Metzger cuts inside the blocker's flag on the play as Metzger is going to carry into West Lyon territory. Now a face mask at the end of the play. However, the flag on the play in the area of a holding for Central Lyon George Little Rock.
Well, they may negate each other then. If you have dual penalties, you may have a negation of the play here. If you got 2 flags on the field, we may redo 2nd down. But like I said, Jay, we've been looking for those holding calls the whole game, and now we got one just against the Lions here, not in their favor. But the Wildcats may have helped them out with a face mask down the field. Nonetheless, a great play for the Lions, and it's going to go for naught.
2nd down and 11. The official call is a holding on Central Lyon George Little Rock, and followed by a horse collar tackle on West Lyon. Plays will offset. We'll replay 2nd down. So, our penalties will offset, I should say. Replay 2nd down. So a 2nd down and 11 coming up for Central Lyon George Little Rock. Ball spotted on their own 29-yard line. 51 seconds left to play in the third quarter. And the Lions trail West Lyon 25-17 here at the 13th annual Lyon County Beef Bowl. Along with Joel Viss, I'm Jay Kelly. Glad to bring it to you tonight on the Central Lyon Broadcast Network. Nagel in the shotgun. Marks it out with Metzger in motion from the left to the right. Nagel, a wild snap, corrals it, hands to Vandentop up the middle, and Vandentop only able to get about the 30-yard line, maybe the 31, a couple yards of forward progress.
Yeah, and like I said, Jay, a wild snap there. It was caught by Lucas up around his shoulder pads, and luckily to hang on to the ball and then still get the handoff to Tanner to at least get some kind of positive yards. But nonetheless, here you sit in 3rd down and long once again, and the Lions have not been successful out of this formation.
3rd and 10, Nagel dropping back to pass, looks over the middle of the field through the hands of Telford and incomplete. And the Lions will be forced to punt with 10 seconds left in the third quarter, a 4th and 10 from their own 30-yard line.
Yeah, and the Lions, nobody's going to be happier than them to get out of this third quarter. Nothing has really gone their way. since they came out of the locker room. And this quarter break will be good if the Lions can catch a break here and get to the sidelines and regroup.
Lions will line up in the deep punt formation here with 10 seconds left to play in the third quarter. We got a flag early as a Bus was ready to put the shoe to it. He did put the shoe to it anyway. Movement up front. And it looks like it's going to be on Central Lyon, George Little Rock. Yes, so the Lions will be pushed back even further now for the Bus punt with 9 seconds left to play in the third quarter.
Lions backing it up here, and that's deadly right there, because if Bus is really going to need to get a leg into this one, because if it's any kind of a short punt and doesn't get all of it, he's going to leave Wildcats with great position here inside the 50-yard line and a chance to really go up by 2 scores.
Colton Bus back on his own 12-yard line now, ready to field the snap. Officially a 4th down and 15 for Central Lyon, George Little Rock. Ball is spotted on the 25-yard line. Bus back on the 13-yard line. 9 seconds left to play in the third quarter. 25-17. West Lyon with the advantage on Central Lyon, George Little Rock. And it looks like the officials will reset the clock. Add a second to the clock for 10 seconds now left to play in the third quarter. As Bus calls for the snap, and a false start once again here. This time I believe Zed Hymanson moved out on the outside, and the Lions keep going the wrong way.
Man, the Lions are just shooting themselves in the foot here late in the third quarter and pushing themselves back at this moment here with 10 seconds still to play in the third quarter. And you don't want to give West Lyon any kind of advantage. They're playing well already here in the second half, and they don't need any help getting their way down the sidelines. And right now you got Colton Bus, so the only thing you can expect is hopefully he can boot it right over top of their heads.
Bus to line up on his own 8 now, gets a good snap and gets off a high spiraling punt fielded at the 40-yard line by Bruggeman. Bruggeman coming up the left side, cuts at the 45, the 40, the 35, and carries down to the Central Lyon George Little Rock 33-yard line. Pardon me, that was Gavin Lorenzen on the return. Either way, good starting field position for West Lyon when quarter number 4 gets underway. We've reached the end of 3 quarters of play. At the end of the third quarter, 25-17, West Lyon with the lead on Central Lyon George Little Rock. It is the 13th annual Lyon County Beef Bowl, live from Dick Null Field in Rock Rapids on the Central Lyon Broadcast Network.
Small town values will never fade. Always finding a familiar face. A long lost friend with a helpful hand. Picking right up where you left off again. It's your hometown bank. In your own backyard. With people that you trust. It's the way you like to live. It's the way you like to bank.
Premier Bank, member FDIC.
Back at Dick Null Field in Rock Rapids, along with Joel Viss, I'm Jay Kelly. 12 minutes up on the board for quarter number 4. 25-17, West Lyon with the advantage on Central Lyon George Little Rock here in the 13th annual Lyon County Beef Bowl. As we start off quarter number 4, the West Lyon Wildcats with the possession. First down and 10 on the Central Lyon George Little Rock 32-yard line. And Joel, we're going to get a gut check for the Lyon defense right out the gate here to start the fourth quarter.
Yeah, you put them on their heels here deep in their own territory. You need to come up with some 4 big plays right off the bat.
Full house in the backfield behind Gramstead. Gramstead takes the snap and the hand over the right side to the fullback, Gage Erickson. Nothing happening there as the Lions stand him up at the line of scrimmage. They will give him a yard, as seems to be the case on every carry with forward progress.
Well, and on that one, once again, Jay, you saw the last couple plays there. They know what these false starts look like. The tight end on the right side moving his head and bobbing over there. And eventually the officials are going to have to start calling that.
Second down and 9 for West Lyon. The ball spotted on the 31 of Central Lyon George Little Rock. Gramstead under center. Power formation in the backfield behind him as Gramstead barks it out, takes the snap, hand on the counter over the left side. Here comes Maurer, and Maurer will carry inside the 25 down to the 24-yard line and about 1 yard shy of the first down.
Yeah, and the Lions really had that play read well, and it was a misdirection, little quick pitch to the outside. Lions were there for it, ready for it, just couldn't complete the tackle and make the play.
Third down and a short for West Lyon. 10:55 left to play in the fourth quarter. Clock is on the move. 25-17, the advantage for West Lyon over Central Lyon George Little Rock, and the Wildcats looking to pad that lead. Power formation behind Gramstead in the backfield. Gramstead takes the snap, drops the snap, and falls on it back at the 25-yard line. Be a loss of a couple, and now a fourth down and about 3 coming up for West Lyon.
Well, that's a big break there for the Lions. If they can take advantage here, you got them in fourth down position. You got to be able here. And unfortunately, the Lions may have to guess here. They've done a lot of that in the third quarter and just kind of guessed wrong. But you got to expect that you might see the big tailback here take the ball here, or possibly Gramstead, because those two guys have been the force here in the second half.
Fourth down and 3 for West Lyon on the 25 of Central Lyon George Little Rock. Power formation behind Gramstead. Gramstead calls it out, takes a snap, runs into his back in the backfield, and the Lions are going to take him down at the 31. It's Caden Huseman once again, and the Lions with the big fourth down stop.
Yeah, right there, as you said, miscommunication. Gramstead turned around, runs into Maurer, and does get the handoff complete, but Caden Huseman blows up in the backfield and rips him to the ground. And the Lions, big turnover there on downs there. And now that the defense has showed your life, the offense has got to step up and do their job as well.
30-yard line of Central Lyon George Little Rock, where the ball will be spotted. Nagel in the shotgun. 4 receivers to the left, a single to the right. That is Carter Kroll. Kroll across in motion right to left will take the hand from Nagel and carry up to the 33 for a 3-yard pickup on first down.
Yeah, Carter doing a nice job there. West Lyon really is trying to string that one out there and push him to the sidelines. And Carter does a good job to get to the corner first, use his speed, and then cuts it up the field to gain at least 3 yards.
9.5 left in the fourth quarter. Clock is on the move. Lions trail it by 8. A second down and 7 from their own 33. Nagel in the shotgun, takes the snap, fakes the hand, drops back to pass, rolls out, and the screen pass set up right side to Trey Murray. Murray nearly kept his feet but couldn't quite, and goes down with the knee at the 34-yard line.
Oh, that's a tough break, too. That had the potential for a big play there. Matt Hansman, the right side tackle, just could not hold on to his block, and he slips, loses his footing, loses the block, and Trey Murray can't get away.
3rd and 6 for the Lions. Ball spotted on their own 34. Nagel in the shotgun, dropping straight back to pass. Good protection up front, deep down the left sideline, and the pass is incomplete. And fourth down coming up for the Lions once again.
And that's a tough break right there for the Lions. You're sitting there, second down and 6. You got a chance at busting a big play. Then all of a sudden you throw one deep down the sidelines on third down, and you're forced to punt the ball away. Definitely not what the Lions needed there. They need to get a drive together here. They got to quit with these 3 and outs. And, they don't need to score right away, but they're getting to that point where they're going to put a lot of pressure on themselves.
Buss back on his own 21-yard line, ready to punt it away. Gets a low snap, but corrals it. Gets off a high spiraling punt. Will take a hop at the 34-yard line of West Lyon. Roll out of bounds at the 29, maybe the 28. And that's where West Lyon will take over. First down and 10. 8:36 left to play in the fourth quarter. 25-17. West Lyon with the advantage on Central Lyon George Little Rock here in the 13th annual Lyon County Beef Bowl tonight. CLGLR with the 17-12 halftime lead, and it's been all West Lyon here in the second half as the Wildcats have come out loaded for bear in the second half of football and haven't stopped as of yet.
Well, that's what the Wildcats are built around. If they play with a lead, especially in the second half, Jay, They know how to grind this one out. They know how to play good power football. The clock is their friend, and it's the opponent's enemy anytime they got the lead, because they know how to churn out small chunks of yards and keep that clock rolling.
First down and 10. Gramstead in the shotgun, takes a snap, quarterback keep, breaks it out over the right side, slips through a tackle, and carries to the 35-yard line for a pickup of 6 or 7 on first down. We got a injury timeout here.
Yeah, got a Wildcat, looks like maybe Maurer down on the ground there. Looks like he's grabbing for his ankle, possibly cramping up there. Looks like they're going to go to the ankle and stretch him out. And that stuff happens when it's this humid out. Jay, you know, we talk about where did that rainstorm come from. It is so humid. There's so much moisture in the air right there. And it's hard on these kids, especially the first game of the year. You can run them to death all summer long, but nobody's actually ready for it until you get on the playing field.
And you can guess by the way they're stretching them. It looks like a cramping situation for Maurer right now. It will be a 2nd down and 4 for West Lyon following the injury timeout. Ball is spotted right on the 35-yard line of the West Lyon Wildcats with 8:26 left to play in the fourth quarter. 25-17 the lead for West Lyon over Central Lyon George Little Rock. And Joel, you hate to put your defense behind the 8 ball again, but once again we're turning to the defense looking for a big play here to get off the field and get this offense back out on the field.
Yeah, and the big things right here is you got a good chance to set up here. You got this timeout. Coach Eben's going to get in there. He's going to discuss with his team what they want to do. And on 2nd down and 5 or so is what you're looking at, maybe 2nd down and a long 4. You want to get a negative play here. If you can get one here and get in the backfield, get that negative play, you are going to be in great shape, because that's going to put West Lyon in a 3rd and long situation and give your defense a chance to get that stop and give the offense the ball back.
Once again, 2nd down, and we'll call it about 4. It looked like tight end Caleb Heiser was the one who went down with the cramp. So it was Heiser and not Maurer that went down with the cramp. But either way, he was able to walk off the field under his own power, and that was good to see. 8:26 left in the fourth quarter, 25-17, an 8-point advantage for West Lyon over Central Lyon George Little Rock. And the Lyon defense in a pressure situation here, trying to get these Wildcat offensive players off the field. Gramstead will line up in the power formation under center on 2nd and 4. Gramstead calls it out, takes a snap, hands right up the middle. This goes to the fullback Erickson. He stood up at the line of scrimmage for a yard at the 36-yard line. Now a 3rd and 3, for West Lyon.
Big down here right now. If Wildcats can get that 3 yards that they need, get that first down, they'll be able to milk another 2 minutes off the clock for sure, get this clock under 5 minutes to play. The Lions need a stop here if they want a chance with the ball here, and give their offense plenty of time to move it down the field and not put that pressure on them.
3rd down and 3 for West Lyon. The ball spotted on their own 36-yard line. 7.5 minutes left in the fourth. Clock is on the move. Gramstead under center, calls it out, takes a snap, hands Erickson right side, and pushes the pile forward, but now the pile will pull him back. Forward progress will get him to the 38. It's going to be very close, and it looks like they're going to call 4th down and short.
They are going to say short, and that's going to bring on the Wildcat punting team here. 7 minutes on the clock. Lions are going to get the ball back, and they've got a chance here. You know, they haven't done much here. They haven't really done anything in the second half, but this is the time to put it together here. If you can get the score, and not only do the Lions need to score, they need to go for that 2-point conversion as well.
Gavin Lorenzen on to punt for West Lyon, standing back on his own 27-yard line. Didn't see much of him in the first half, or didn't see much of him here in the second half so far, I should say. All we've seen of the punting game was in the first half for West Lyon so far tonight. They're going to bleed the play clock down and call a timeout with 6:33 left to play here in quarter number 4. We'll take a timeout as well. 25-17, West Lyon leading Central Lyon George Little Rock. It's the 13th annual Lyon County Beef Bowl on the Central Lyon Broadcast Network.
But I literally didn't see your text.
Pizza Ranch legends.
Like
the
I was
husband who didn't text back about supper.
Probably near a text dead zone. You've heard of a text dead zone, right?
It's only a legend, but just in case, there's all kinds of husband didn't text back about supper flavor at Pizza Ranch.
I'm totally getting taco pizza!
There's all kinds of that at Pizza Ranch.
Welcome back to Dicknall Field in Rock Rapids. Along with Joel Viss, I'm Jay Kelly. 6:33 left to play in the fourth quarter. 25-17. West Lyon with the advantage on Central Lyon George Little Rock. Following the West Lyon timeout, first timeout of the second half for either side. Gavin Lorenzen standing on his own 25, ready to punt the ball away on fourth and short for the Wildcats. We believe they'll be punting at least. Lorenzen in that punt formation. Man in motion coming across from the left to the right. Lorenzen calls for the snap, gets a good snap, and gets off a high end-over-end punt as Telford will call for the fair catch and make the catch back at about the 16, 17-yard line, somewhere thereabouts.
Well, the Lions got some work to do. If they want to put together a drive, they're going to need all 6.5 minutes here and try and move the ball down the field. They got to go 84 yards to try and tie this score up with West Lyon and what has been a classic Beef Bowl matchup once again, Jay.
First down and 10, Central Lyon George Little Rock. They will start on their own 18. 6:25 left to play in regulation. Lions trail it by 8. Nagel in the shotgun, takes the snap, counter to Vanentop over the left side. Vanentop with a nice hole, cuts it back up the middle of 30, 35, 40, and carries out. Well, fumbles the ball. It's stripped by West Lyon. They ripped it right out of his hands. The West Lyon Wildcats rip it right out of his hands, and we'll have to see if he was called down or if West Lyon is going to be given the possession here.
Wow, we're going to have to see what they called here. And they're going to say fumble, and they're going to give it to the Wildcats.
Return at the 35-yard line, and the Wildcats with a big turnover will take over first and 10 on the Central Lyon George Little Rock 35.
Wow, what a change of events there. The Lions drew up the great play there. A huge run for Tanner Vanentop and gets stripped as he's going to the ground out there, and the Wildcats get a big turnover with the ball.
First down and at 10 for West Lyon. Ball on the Central Lyon George Little Rock 35. Gramstead in the shotgun, takes the snap, hand to Meyer, and Meyer will be stood up. Pardon me, that was Sterner rather. He'll be stood up in the backfield, get to the line of scrimmage for the forward progress at the 35.
It was Meyer actually out there.
Oh, pardon me.
Caden Huseman came through, blew him up in the backfield, couldn't wrap him up and bring him down, but Logan was able to get off that, but that allowed the Lions, the rest of the team, to come up and close in and knock him down for no gain.
Second down and 10 for West Lyon, and you can bet they're going to use every second on that play clock now. 5:45 left to play in the fourth quarter. Clock is on the move. A 25-17 advantage for West Lyon. On second and 10 from the Central Lyon George Little Rock 35. Gramstead in the shotgun, takes a snap, dropping back to pass. Gramstead hit as he throws and underthrown, nearly intercepted by the Lions. Catching it off of the hop, I believe, was Metzger, but it was clearly off the hop as Gramstead was hit as he throws. And now one of the offensive linemen for West Lyon down on the field with an injury.
Yeah, it looks like he's cramping up as well. He's trying to stretch out that right leg, and here come the trainers, going to work those calves there once again. And late in the game here, you know, you've been playing hard all night long. You know, if you've water in you, and even if you do get enough water in you, just some guys can't handle the amount of sweat that you get going through there. And unfortunately, he's going to have to go to the salt tablet, I'll bet.
No doubt about that. 5:27 left to play in the fourth quarter. 25-17, an 8-point advantage for West Lyon over Central Lyon George Little Rock. And it looks like Jordan DeSmet, the injured player for the Wildcats, he'll be able to walk off under his own powers. So DeSmet will make his way to the sidelines as cramping an issue for the Wildcats here in the second half. Third down and 10 coming up from the Lyon 35-yard line, and the Lyon defense looking to answer the bell once again here.
Yeah, the Wildcats here, third down and long. Good situation here for the Lions. If they can get a nice stop here, if the Wildcats go to the air again and try and force that incomplete pass and get the clock to stop, that's a big advantage for Central Lyon George Little Rock right now. And for the Wildcats, they got to be looking to get at least half the yards here and give themselves a shot on 4th down.
On 3rd down and 10, Gramstead in the shotgun formation, calls it out, takes a snap, dropping straight back to pass under pressure. Screen pass set up to the left side. Not a whole lot of roaming room, and it's going to go for a loss. Back at the 37-yard line, the Lions able to snuff it out. The screen pass to Lorenzen, and West Lyon faced with a 4th and about 12 or 13.
Yeah, Lions doing a good job. The Meyer brothers right there. Kalen, number 33, and Jarrett, number 75, not falling for that screen pass that time, and knock him down for a loss of 2.
4:57 left to play in the 4th quarter. Clock continues to tick. 25-17. West Lyon with the advantage on Central Lyon George Little Rock. Another classic edition of the annual Lyon County Beef Bowl going down to the wire. Gramstead in the shotgun on 4th and 13 from the Lyon 37, dropping back to pass. Gramstead, good protection, throws over the middle, tipped and intercepted, nearly intercepted, but dropped by Parker Netton, but a good drop by Netton as it was a 4th down, so the ball will be spotted on the 37 following the Netton drop, and the Lions will take over 1st and 10.
I don't know, Jay. Parker Netton, he makes that pick. There's a lot of green in front of him, and he is an accomplished tailback out there. I think he's got the speed to really make some noise if he could have made that pick. But like I said, nonetheless, the Lions get the force and the stop, and they put the ball back in the offensive's hands. You can't ask them to do much more.
1st down and 10 for the Lions from their own 37. 4:34 left in the 4th quarter. Nagel in the shotgun, takes the snap, hands to Vanentop up the middle, loses his footing in the backfield and falls down at the line of scrimmage. Clock will continue to move. Lions do have all 3 timeouts, but the no-huddle offense will certainly be to their advantage at this point.
Yeah, 2nd down and 10, though, is not ideal for these guys because it almost forces the Lions to try something they don't want to do. Then they get stuck in 3rd and long situations. They are much better in short yardage situations because they have so many more options and look a lot more comfortable.
On 2nd and 10, Nagel with the quarterback keep right up the middle, busts it out left side. Nagel tiptoeing through the defenders across the 45, fumbles the ball, and West Lyon comes up with it again. Another crucial Lion turnover. And the Lions, or the West Lyon Wildcats, I should say, coming out offensively on their, or pardon me, the Lyon 48-yard line with 3:54 left to play in regulation.
And the Lions have just shot themselves in the foot here repeatedly in the second half. They're doing some good things on the offensive side of the ball. They're just, those costly turnovers are what's been costing them. In the first half, they had a pick 6 against them. They also had a fumble. And now you got back-to-back fumbles late in the game when you've got a chance to go down and tie, and just things that you can't have happen.
1st down and 10, West Lyon with the ball spotted on the CLGLR 48. Gramstead takes a snap, hands up the middle, and this goes to Sterner, I believe, and the carry goes up to the, or pardon me, Meyer, up to the 45 for a pickup of 3.
3-yard carry there once again, and that's all West Lyon wants out of it. They don't need him to break a big run there. 3 yards and go down and let that clock roll. That's exactly what the Wildcats are looking to do here. Just under 3.5 to play in this ball game, and they're just going to milk every inch of that clock off. Their Lions are going to be in desperation mode if the defense can get a stop.
2nd down and 7 for West Lyon from the Central Lyon George Little Rock 45-yard line. Gramstead under center, hands up the middle. Here's Meyer again. He'll be brought down to the 43, and the Lions will use their first timeout with 3:06 left to play in the 4th quarter. Now, keep in mind the Lions do have, or did have, all 3 timeouts, so that's their first. They'll have 2 remaining. 3:06 left to play in the 4th quarter, 25-17. West Lyon with the lead on Central Lyon George Little Rock, so an 8-point advantage. Should the Lion defense able to get this ball back, Joel, the Lion offense not only will have to score, but also get the 2-point conversion to tie this thing up.
Yeah, definitely something they got to do. And first they got to hang on to the football. That's got to be the big thing here. Because and anytime you get into a game and you have fumbles like that, it gets into these kids' minds, and they got to shake it off there, have that short memory. And you can't be thinking about those. You got to be thinking about pushing the ball down, executing the plays. And they've been executing. They're just not finishing right now. And those mental mistakes, we always talk about them, Jay, especially the first game of the season. Mental mistakes can really cost you a game. And so far tonight, it has definitely proved costly to the Lions because they've done some really good things. They've put themselves in some great positions. It's just been those costly turnovers that have taken them out of it.
And we've seen those mistakes on the West Lions side, but we saw those mistakes in the first half on the West Lions side, and the Wildcats have not made those in the second half yet, whereas the turnover bug has come back to bite the Lions here in the second half a couple of times. 3rd down and 5 for West Lyon. The ball spotted on the CLGLR 47. Gramstead takes the snap, hands second man through left side. That is Erickson, and he'll carry for the first down to the 35-yard line, breaking off the initial contact, and the Lions move the chains with 3 minutes left.
Yeah, that's a great run there. That's traditional West Lyon football. Second man through. They let the big fullback lead the charge there. The second man coming just puts his head down, has all sorts of running room, and just carries defenders for the first down.
Pardon me, I meant to say the Wildcats moved the chains. So 3rd down and 10. Didn't mean to offend our fans on the west side of the county. 3rd down and 10 for the West Lyon Wildcats. Ball spotted just inside the 35 of Central Lyon George Little Rock. 3 minutes exactly left in the fourth quarter. Clock is on the move. 25-17, West Lyon with the advantage. Gramstead under center. Now a false start. I believe they're going to call this one on the right tackle. Can't hide that easy, Jordan Vermeer. I tell you what, when that big 64 gets moving, you can notice that.
Well, and he's just a sophomore out there, Jordan Vermeer, but he's a big sophomore, and him and the tight end of Heiser both jumped on the false start there. I don't know why the officials are talking this one over. That was pretty blatant and pretty obvious. Coach Rosenboom's up there. He's discussing it as well.
So the false start will be marked back from the 34-yard line.
I don't know if Rosenboom's complaining that they were never set to jump start because it looked like they were going down into their three-point stance and they just both kind of fell forward, but definitely a discussion. There was definite movement up front, so I don't know what the discussion's necessarily over.
Either way, it will be a 1st down and 15 when it's all said and done for West Lyon. 2:48 left to play in the fourth quarter. 25-17, an 8-point advantage for the Wildcats of West Lyon. Looking to make it 3 in a row here in the annual Lyon County Beef Bowl. The Lions looking to snap that Wildcat streak and bring the Beef Bowl trophy back home to Central Lyon George Little Rock. Lions will have their work cut out for them, trailing by 8 late in this one. And West Lyon with the possession. 1st down and 15 for the Cats as they approach the ball from the 39-yard line of Central Lyon George Little Rock. Gramstead under center, power formation behind him in the backfield. He'll take the snap, hand to the first man through, that's Erickson, and he'll be brought down after a few yards to the 37, a pickup of a couple, and it will be 2nd down and about 12 coming up for West Lyon.
Yeah, 2nd down and 12. Lions going to hang on to those 2 timeouts that they have left. If they can get a stop here, you're probably going to see the timeout come.
2nd down and 12 for West Lyon. The clock approaching 2 minutes and still on the move here in the fourth quarter. 25-17, an 8-point advantage for West Lyon. On 2nd and 12, Gramstead under center, power formation behind him. He'll hand to Meyer over the right side, and Meyer carries to the 35-yard line where he'll be brought down. Now Coach Eben will call timeout with 1:44 left to play in the fourth quarter. A 3rd and 10 coming up for the West Lyon Wildcats.
Yeah, Wildcats sitting at 3rd down and 10. They know they've got 2 plays left. They're deep in the Lions' territory. They're going to go for it on 4th down. So the Lions almost want to see if they can force them to throw the ball here on 3rd down. If they can throw it and force an incomplete pass, they'll get to save that final timeout. And that would be ideal. So it'll be interesting to see what the Wildcats do. Are they going to go for the 1st down or the big yardage that they need, or are they just going to be content, run the ball, make the Lions use that last timeout, and then on 4th down, you'll see what the Lions can do. I mean, regardless, if the Wildcats get a 1st down, this game is over. So this could be a crucial play for both teams.
3rd down and 11 officially for West Lyon with the ball spotted at the 35 of Central Lyon George Little Rock. 1:44 left to play in the fourth quarter. Lions still with 1 timeout left. A 25-17 advantage for West Lyon over CLGLR. 8 points the spread here late in this one. Following the Central Lyon George Little Rock timeout, Coach Eben still speaking with the officials out on the field right now.
He's upset about something that happened after that first down play and about a missed call, or whether they started the clock early or something like that, because it seems like it's a clock issue that he's discussing, and whether they didn't start the play clock right away or what exactly the issue was.
Either way, the conversation has been resolved, at the least for now. 3rd down and 11 for the Wildcats as Gramstead will line up under center. Power formation behind him in the backfield. Gramstead calls it out. Long count. Takes a snap. Dropping back to pass. Rolling out right side. Gramstead under pressure. And he's going to slide inbounds inside the 40-yard line down at the 38-yard line. We'll see what the Lions elect to do. They will call that final timeout with 1:29 left to play in the 4th quarter.
Wow, and that was really smart by Gramstead. He was rolling out, looking down the field, and being traced down the sidelines. And instead of running out of bounds, he just slid in bounds to keep the clock going. And that is a very smart quarterback to do that, forcing the Lions to use their final timeout.
Yeah, that is some quarterback awareness there, no doubt about that. So a 4th down coming up for West Lyon. The ball spotted on the 38-yard line of Central Lyon George Little Rock. Lions have just burned their final timeout. 1:29 left to play in regulation, and a 8-point lead for West Lyon over CLGLR. So we will see at the conclusion of this play, should the Lions be fortunate enough to hold what they have in front of them. It looks like West Lyon's going to line up in a punt formation here.
Wow, and that's really, I guess it's kind of a smart idea there by the Wildcats. If they can pooch kick this, they've been really good at that rugby-style kick where they kick it low, let it roll down on the ground. If they can make the Lions go 90-plus yards in just over a minute, that'll make things really tough. As opposed to trying to go for a play, the clock would stop regardless if they don't get it. So they're going to play the field position game here and see if they can force the Lions to go the distance of the field.
Gavin Lorenzen will line up back on his own 49. We have 3 upbacks here in for West Lyon as we await the snap. And Lorenzen will pooch it out of bounds. It will bounce at the 10-yard line and roll out of bounds at about the 4 or the 3. We'll wait and see here. It looks like the 3-yard line about where it's going to be spotted for Central Lyon George Little Rock with 1:25 left to play in the 4th quarter. So the Lions, with 85 seconds to work with and no timeouts here, trail it by 8. They'll need to go 96 yards to try and tie this thing up here tonight.
Well, we've seen some heroics here in the past
yes, we
in
have.
This ball game, but nonetheless, this would be one of the more special ones if you can go the length of the field.
Nagel in the shotgun, rolling out to the left side for Metzger. Tipped and intercepted by Meyer, and that should do it. As Meyer, off of the deflection, able to intercept it off the hands of Metzger at the 6-yard line. And West Lyon comes up with yet another turnover in the second half. And the Wildcats, with that interception, probably seal the deal here tonight.
Yeah, that's the 4th turnover here in the second half by Central Lyon George Little Rock. And, kind of a fitting way for this one to end for the Lions out there. That's been what bit them in the second half is those costly turnovers. And Lucas Nagel with his 3rd interception on the game. And a tough break for the Lions. A good hard-fought battle there, but Wildcats going to look like they're going to come up, take the victory formation, and a couple knees will do it.
Gramstead will line up under center with 1:17 left to play in the 4th quarter. Take a knee. And the clock will run. 25-17, 8-point advantage for West Lyon over Central Lyon George Little Rock. And Joel, in the annals of Lyon County Beef Bowl, once again we had another classic here tonight at Dicknall Field in Rock Rapids.
Yeah, definitely a tale of two halves. The Lions looked like the more prepared team in the first half. And they had a couple of costly things that kept that game close. But out of the half, the transitions made, the changes made by the Wildcats came out. They were ready to play in the second half, and they definitely earned this one.
Yeah, no doubt about that. The Cats definitely made the adjustments they needed to make at halftime and certainly came out and just dominated the entire second half of play. 25-17, the lead for West Lyon. 30 seconds left on the clock. It is on the move. 20 seconds on the play clock, so West Lyon will need to take a knee one last time before we can officially call it official here for the 13th edition of the Lyon County Beef Bowl. Ramstad will line up under center one last time, take the snap, take a knee, and that will do it for this one here tonight at Dick Null Field in Rock Rapids. The 13th edition of the Lyon County Beef Bowl is in the books, and once again, the Beef Bowl trophy will be staying at West Lyon High School as the Wildcats win their third Beef Bowl in a row, 25-17 over Central Lyon George Little Rock here tonight at Dick Null Field in Rock Rapids. Stay tuned. We'll be back to wrap it up when we continue our live coverage from Dick Null Field in Rock Rapids. This is Lyon Football on the Central Lyon Broadcast Network.
Frontier Bank is more than a bank. We're a community. Banking locally with Frontier Bank means that your money circulates within the community, funding small business lending and benefiting our local citizens, farmers, and neighborhoods. Frontier Bank is a community bank with leading-edge technology, including interactive teller machines and mobile deposits. Keep your deposits local and our community strong with Frontier Bank.
But I literally didn't see your text.
Pizza Ranch legends.
Like
the
I was
husband who didn't text back about supper.
probably near a text dead zone. You've heard of a text dead zone, right?
It's only a legend, but just in case, there's all kinds of husband didn't text back about supper flavor at Pizza Ranch.
I'm totally getting taco pizza!
There's all kinds of that at Pizza Ranch.
Farmers, it's harvest time, and let's face it, things are quite different this year. Are you worried that your yields are down, but your production costs will keep rising? Let DeNoble & Company, PC, certified public accountants in Rock Rapids and Laverne, relieve some of your stress by working with you to minimize your taxes and maximize your return. Call DeNoble & Company today for more information on end-of-the-year tax planning. We are a stable, reliable company with the security of experience and the energy of youth.
Make your move to the largest orthopedic physician team in the region, Avera Orthopedics.
Small town values will never fade. Always finding a familiar face. A long lost friend with a helpful hand. Picking right up where you left off again. It's your hometown bank. In your own backyard. With people that you trust. It's the way you like to live. It's the way you like to bank.
Premier Bank, member FDIC.
Welcome back to Dick Null Field in Rock Rapids. Along with Joel Viss, I'm Jay Kelly. 25-17, the final score tonight in the 13th annual edition of the Lyon County Beef Bowl. The West Lyon Wildcats reclaim or hold on to the Beef Bowl trophy as the seniors pose with the trophy, as is often the tradition right there at midfield. And again, for the third year in a row, the Wildcats going to take that Beef Bowl trophy back to West Lyon High School. It's certainly a tough pill to swallow for this Lyon football team, especially for the seniors. But Joel, I would say a Lyon football team that you can get excited about. If from what we saw here tonight, this is a team that has some weapons happens and has some potential to be a good football club this year.
Yeah, they did a lot of good things out there tonight. They look confident out there. That's something that we haven't seen in the last couple of years, Jay, with our team. When they got on the field, every time they stepped on the field, they were confident in what they were doing. They had a good idea of what was going on. It wasn't smoke and mirrors out there. They had a plan. They put forth some great effort out there. Just some costly turnovers in this game. You think about it, they had 6 turnovers in this game, and they lose by 8 points. And that's a tough pill to swallow out there. So many positives you got out of there, but then you have to swallow the loss on this one. And there's going to be so many what ifs. You're going to hear about that kind of stuff out there. And it's just too bad because they played a really good football game. And one thing that they can do is they can work on. They played strong in the first half, and they just made some mistakes in the second half. They didn't come out of the locker room. They didn't have the livelihood that they had in the first half. They were really aggressive in the first half, and it looked like they were more content in the second half, and that urgency wasn't there. Where the Wildcats went in at the half, they made some good adjustments, and they came out, and they played a strong second half, did West Lyon.
Well, it is said a lot, it's heard a lot, and tonight you saw it. Turnovers usually decide the battle, especially in those early games in the season, and certainly that was the case for Central Lyon, George Little Rock here tonight. Both teams making turnovers in the first half. However, in the second half, Central Lyon, George Little Rock with the turnovers. I believe I counted 4 turnovers for the Lions in the second half, and obviously that's not a good recipe for winning football games when you're turning the ball over.
And not a good recipe, but they came at just awful times. You know, you think about it. We got the ball back with 7 minutes to play, and we get a huge run to kick off the drive there. And Tanner Vanentop brings it all the way out to the 40-yard line on a huge run and has the ball stripped free from him. I mean, that's a momentum crusher right there. And then you got Lucas Nego around the midfield marker. He gets a big run and very close to first down yardage, and he has the ball stripped away. And, I mean, just deflating turnovers out there. You can have turnovers and rebound them from them, but when they came there in the second half, especially late, those were just deflators, and it was just a tough break for these guys here tonight.
Well, big plays from the offenses and defenses, respectively, in the first half here tonight on both sides. A 17-12 lead for Central Lyon, George Little Rock at the half. The second half of play, big play for West Lyon, or big drives, I should say, for the West Lyon Wildcats. More of the B-full style that you're accustomed to. West Lyon just grinding things out with some solid defense and long offensive drives to take control in that second half.
Well, and you saw some of the spread offenses out there again, like we've become accustomed to and used to seeing, is this spread wide open format, throwing the ball a little bit more, but in the same aspect, you watch both teams, they still stayed true to their roots. You saw a lot of smash mouth football. You saw a lot of guys running up between the tackles, and you saw some good hitting up there, whether it was the defensive and offensive lines or the linebackers and the running backs. Good contact. That was some good Northwest Iowa football out there tonight, and good hard-fought game by both these teams, and just unfortunately for the Lions, they came up on the short end.
Well, coming up next week, the off-season, or I should say off-season, but non-district grinder of a schedule continues as the Lions will take their first road trip of the year down to Haywarden to take on West Sioux, the number 1 ranked team in Class 1A. Why not? Bring them on next Friday night, right, Joel?
Yeah, absolutely. And going on the road to West Sioux. I don't even know if we've ever played a game at West Sioux, or at least a football game at West Sioux. So, that could be really interesting down there, going down there. And for the first time, not a team that we've seen. West Sioux traditionally was a school. They were a really small school, so we never ever had the option to play those guys. And they've moved up with their enrollment. They've gotten to that 1A, and they were a strong team last year, brought a lot of kids back. They're going to have a lot of returning starters with some talent that went down and played competitively throughout the playoffs last season. And it will be really interesting when we go in there, a team we're unfamiliar with. And but still, the way we played tonight, I think we have every chance that we can come out and play with them.
Yeah, West Sioux has made some noise in the 1A ranks the past few years, and sure to be an electric atmosphere down there in Haywarden next Friday night. That will do it for our coverage tonight. Want to thank all of our fine sponsors. They are, of course, the ones that make this coverage possible. We ask that you please thank the sponsors you see during this broadcast. At the very least, swing into their business and tell them thank you. We ask that you please please patronize them with your patronage as well. But these fine sponsors are the ones that make it go and allow us to bring you this live coverage of Central Lyon George Little Rock football for the 2018 season right here on the Central Lyon Broadcast Network. We'll talk to you again next Friday night on the road from Haywarden. For Joel Viss, I'm Jay Kelly. West Lyon, winners of the 13th Annual Beef Bowl, 25-17 over Central Lyon George Little Rock. That will do it for our coverage tonight.